Okay, hello everybody. I am back. Okay, so for this live, we're just gonna continue with pretty much decoding the degrees in your natal chart. So again, for those of you who didn't catch the end of my first live, if you have your natal chart, some of you guys may possibly have it memorized, like me. Okay, so get your natal chart and pretty much find your planet with the highest degree, and we're pretty much going to see what that degree means whenever it pertains to um, astrology. Okay. Also, for those of you, if you didn't catch my last live, I talked about the cosmic. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna type it. The Cosmic Insights app, and that's the app that I use when for my Vedic chart. Okay, it is free because you guys know I'm not going to give you something that ain't free because I want it to be free. Okay, but it is free, but there is options in the app for you to subscribe. I mean, I am subscribed, but the only reason why I am subscribed is so that I can add multiple charts, okay? Because I think in the app, just the free one, you can only do like your chart and certain things you cannot look into. And I think there's like 3 tiers that you can subscribe to. Of course, I'm subscribed to the lowest one because again, I'm cheap and I ain't trying to spend no more than about $6, $7. Okay, so I think it is like $6.99 a month or something like that for like the lowest tier. Okay, so I will look. Well, I guess we can look into the app as well, so that some of you guys can look at like the interface and see what it's like. But it's to me, it's pretty user friendly. Okay, like there is a section on here. If like on there, if you just click on charts, then you can pretty much add any type of chart that you want. And like I said, with me being on the paid one, I can add like as many as I want. Okay, but if some of you guys didn't catch it last time, this is kind of like what it looks like. Okay, this is what the chart looks like in the app, and it shows you like what houses the planets are in. Okay, I think my phone, it's almost like my phone flashed because it thought it was looking at me, but it's like no. Anyway, so yeah. And for those of you, I know the Vedic chart, see, is blinking. I know the Vedic chart looks confusing, but here's how it goes. Try not to pay so much attention to the numbers in the corner or you're going to get confused. Okay. This is just basic stuff. So, literally, where it says ascendant, that is your first house in Vedic. And then you just count over 1, 2, 3. This is 4. Down the corner is 5, 6. Seventh house, of course, is under ascendant. Okay. Then you have eighth house right here, ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So try not to get confused because I know when you're looking at the Vedic chart and you see all those numbers, you're kind of just like, is that the first house? Then why is it down here? No, just try not to get confused about that. Okay. That's just, I still don't understand why those numbers are there. I'm still studying it. So maybe I will figure it out. Okay. But yeah, like I said, you just start at the ascendant and you just count over from left to right. You just follow the pattern. Okay. And they also have the degrees listed next to the planets in here as well. But that's just your basic, was it D1 chart? So that's just pretty much like your regular natal chart would be in Western astrology. Okay. But you have like from D1 all the way to like D60. I'm not well versed in all of that. Okay. I'm still learning, but the basic stuff is right here in D1. Okay. And also on this app, it has your Nasaktra details. So it looks like this. Okay, for those of you, if you need, like, this is a little tutorial, I guess, of how to navigate through the app. So it pretty much tells you what Nasaktra your this planet is in, or your ascendant, sun, moon. It does all that. Rahu, K2, Rahu, by the way, is North Node in Vedic. Okay, if you see Rahu and you're just like, what in the hell is that? It's North Node. It has the symbol, so you should be able to tell. It has that little upside down thing. But anyway, even whenever you click on it, it'll show you exactly like the details of that Nasaktra and like what's good and what's bad. So for this one, this Nasaktra, whenever it comes to, I know I'm saying it wrong, but for this one, when it comes to North Node, of course, like I said, it's an example. The bad ones for this one is marriage, aggressive actions such as confrontation or combat, prenuptial ceremonies, long-term decisions. That's like the not so good stuff. Okay, but the good stuff is like travel, art, sex, okay, healing and rejuvenation, education, socializing. They have a full list of everything that is favorable. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, you just have to really play around with it because that's what I had to do. Okay. But so Birdie, this app is called Cosmic Insights. If you just scroll up a little bit on the comments, I put it down in there. Okay, I'm pretty sure, well, it's in the App Store for iPhone. I'm not sure if it's in the App Store for Android. I don't know, but it should be. I don't see why it would not be, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay. If it's not, let me know because, like I said, I don't know for sure if it is in there. Okay. But anyway, so for those of you that are in here, like I said, if you have a particular degree in your astrology chart that you want to know what that degree means, then let me know. Or like I said, if you want to look at your if you want to look at the degree in your chart that has, or if you want to look at the planet that has the highest degree in your chart, you can do that as well. Because I think that's like considered your soul planet, I guess. I could be wrong. Okay. But I know that's how it is in Vedic, the one with your highest degree, or what's it called? Atmakarka, something like that. That's your soul planet. But yeah, it's a lot. Okay. That's why I said I try to take it in like baby steps and stuff like that because I know it can get overwhelming. Shit, I'm overwhelmed. But I try to break it down as best I can. Like, and speaking of Atmakarka, in this example, the soul planet here, which you can find in the app. It literally says Soul Planet. You just have to scroll down. Okay, thank you. It is on Android. Okay, thank you. So you just have to scroll down on this one. So if you're in the Cosmic Insights app, just click on your chart. Okay, go to like it looks like this. Okay. When you click on charts and you click on yours, it looks like this. And there's a whole bunch of stuff down here. You scroll all the way down till you see a heading that says soul planet. To me, I see that as almost like life purpose. Okay. So in this one, it is Rahu. So then you just go back to the chart and you go to Nakshatra again and you scroll all the way down to where it says Rahu. So that would be the soul planet for this person. And you just look what would be favorable. So it's almost like you can do any of these things under the favorable and it could come out good. Like you can have success. Okay. That's pretty much what I do. That's what I look at. Okay. And that's why I say it kind of adds up. So some of you guys, if you do that and you like look at that soul planet, that can pretty much serve as like a confirmation if you're already on the right path when it comes to what you're supposed to do in this lifetime. Okay. That's for some of you guys if you want to like dig deeper into that. Okay. So, wow, nobody gave me a degree. But anyway, so with nobody giving me a degree, let's see. All right. So I'm probably going to post this chart on my website. I know you guys can't really see it because it's kind of blurry, but yeah, it kind of looks like this. But this chart that I have is actually the degrees. So it pretty much tells you which sign holds that degree. So for example, the first degree of your chart is Aries. So it doesn't matter. You can have your Saturn at 1 degrees. That's an Aries degree. So you know what I'm saying? Or if you have something at like, I talked about it earlier, if you have something at like the 5th degree, which is a Leo degree, it doesn't matter if it's a Venus in Cancer, or it doesn't matter if it's a Mercury in, I don't know, Gemini at 5 degrees. It's still a Leo degree. And like I talked about before, the Leo degrees can maybe be in a sense where you can see where you can have fame or, like I said, success or something like that. Okay. And there's 3 of these Leo degrees, 5, 17, and 29. Those are the Leo degrees where you can see success. So if you have like a Venus in 5 degrees, you probably could get success by like, who knows, maybe being a model or something like that. Or, you know, your facial features or something on your body. So something on your body that people identify as beautiful, and you could possibly get notoriety from that. Okay, this is just an example. All right. Um. Mm, Good question. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that may be Saturn, underwater goddess. That may be Saturn, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I read somewhere that you can look at Saturn to kind of like see about like your ailments, like what is it, or like autoimmune diseases. I think they say you can look at Saturn and possibly the house that it's sitting in. I'm gonna have to verify that and like get back to you on that. Okay, but normally Virgo is the ruler of the stomach. Virgo rules stomach. Okay. So I don't know if maybe you have Virgo somewhere in your chart or maybe Mercury somewhere. But yeah. So you may want to look and see Virgo somewhere and maybe look at the degree or something. Okay. Anyway. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. This is basic stuff. I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning, and I'm just pretty much here to just give you like bits and pieces of what I'm learning. Okay, I'm still a student. I'm probably gonna forever be a student whenever it comes to this. But yeah, but yeah, um, Malia. Well, right now, when it comes to like your degrees, the Cosmic Insights app, that's just for you to look at on the outside, because that is Vedic, and not a lot of people like Vedic, because I think Vedic astrology is probably kind of harsh, and that's probably why not a lot of people like it, because it'll read you for filth, if we're gonna be honest. So I don't know if that's why like a lot of people don't like it. Okay, but I mean, I don't mind it. But that's just for if you want to play around with it. But right now, you can just look at your basic natal chart for Western. We're not going to worry about Vedic right now, because those degrees will be different as well. Okay, yeah, for sure. It is hard as shit to follow Vedic. So it's like, even when I'm probably like 50 or 60, I probably still I'm gonna be confused on this whole Vedic thing. But I like I said, I like to learn about it. Okay. I don't know why. I guess maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment. I don't know. But yes, it is difficult as hell. But I think when you start getting the basics, it'll start make more sense. But it still even took me a while. I'm still struggling with the basics when it comes to Vedic. So we're just gonna stick with Western right now. But I'm just saying, for those of you that are interested in Vedic, that app is a good thing to use. Okay. Because yeah, I mean, it is damn harsh. Even whenever I put in other people's charts, and this is just like random people that post it in the public, you'd be like, my lord, this person didn't live right through their Vedic chart, because it's just like boom after boom after boom. They can't catch a break. And I'm like, wow. But also at the same time, I look at it personally, because it's like, I know it's kind of harsh, but it like gets me in a mind frame where it's kind of just like, okay, this is things that you need to watch out for. So it helps. That's just me personally, especially when it comes to like communication. It's like I've almost in a way formulate the way I communicate around my Nasaktra for my Vedic chart. I know it's weird, but it's working. Okay. So yes. Oh, that's fine. Malia, that's fine. Whatever those two planets are, that's fine. We can look at them both. Okay. Oh yeah, thanks for that, April. Saturn is bones and teeth. See, I'm learning, you're learning, we're all learning. It's still confusing. A candle burning brightly. What sign is your rising in? What is the 18th degree? Hold on. The 18th degree is was that Virgo? Yeah. The 18th degree is a Virgo degree. Hmm. Oh, Cancer. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Baby Caden is sleeping, so I have my phone back for the moment. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I meant to put this down here. Oh yeah, this is what it's called. If you want to Google this, Astrology Degrees PDF. That's what I typed in on Google. It's the very first thing that pops up, and it's literally like 946 pages. Okay. Save it. Save it as a PDF, save it to your computer, but it literally goes over every single degree, like by multiple astrologers. Okay. And they all have their different interpretation. A lot of them are kind of similar. Okay. Oh my Lord. A lot of it is kind of similar. Okay, a lot of their interpretations, but it's still good to look at them all to kind of like see how they look at all the degrees. Okay, I think another thing, I think I read somewhere or I heard this from like an astrologer that the 12th degree is a degree of loss, which might be true. Okay, so it's not a sense of like a loss of like a degree of death, but it could just be a loss when it pertains to something, who knows, something small, who knows, you know. But let's just say that degree, you probably won't have a lot of luck. Okay, so let's just say that. Vista and Aries and 29. Okay, so Taurus and 29, Taurus 29, Aries 29. So hold your horses. With a lot of you guys got these 29 degrees. Oh, I think I also saw an article the other day where somebody says the 28th degree can be long lasting, like notoriety. I don't know how true that is, but from the charts I saw, I could kind of see how that goes somewhere. Okay. Um, where is it? Taurus 29. I didn't skip right over it. Okay, Taurus 29th degree. Brilliant, generous, and refined character. One belongs to a prominent and rich family, and revels in beauty and luxury. One uses a significant part of one's wealth to fund the construction or the restoration of a prestigious monument for which one's name goes down in history. It almost makes you think of like taking over a family business. That's what I'm getting from this degree, honestly. One may also be financially involved in the construction of modern healthcare institutions with razor edge technology. I totally feel like that's like you. And I don't know why I feel like this is you inheriting something. I don't know exactly where it's coming from. Okay. But I really feel like you're going to inherit something from it. May be somebody in your family. It may not be. Okay. Because it's possible. Some people may inherit something from somebody and they're not even tied to them. Okay. But yeah, that was for your Taurus degree, by the way, wherever you are. Oh, Malia, that's where you are. Oh yeah, I have to look at that 18th degree in Cancer, don't I? Yes, I do. Hello, people that have popped in. Okay, it's the Aries 29th degree, independent and combative and selfish character. One gives top priority to the fulfillment of personal pleasures and tends to be boastful. Okay. Decisions are made in solitude. Self-centeredness finally puts off family members, friends, and colleagues. Therefore, no external help is to be expected in days of misfortune and sorrow. Females are the source of troubles, and marriage is most likely to be unhappy. Again, be open-minded. It doesn't mean that marriage is off the table or it's just like down in the dumps. No, this is just simply stuff that you have to work on. Okay. But yeah, be careful about being braggadocious because I feel like it's one of those things here where you know how some people be like, be careful on laughing at somebody else's pain. You specifically don't need to do that, okay? Because they will snatch it right from under your feet, okay? So I would just say be careful about that. Remain humble is the goal when it comes to that 29th degree in Aries for you. Okay, 29th degree in Taurus is pretty good because it seems like you're going to inherit something. I don't know how old you are. Probably won't be until later on in life, just my opinion. Maybe even close to 50, but that's just what I'm feeling intuitively speaking. Okay. Or you will like discover something groundbreaking around that time. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. 18th degree in Cancer. That's where I was going. See. What is that 18th degree? What did you say about this degree? You said something about this. Yes, you're right, because that's exactly what it's about to say. Reckless, extravagant, and coward character. One is unable to manage one's destiny properly because one is only concerned with superficial pleasures and external appearances. The lavish lifestyle one enjoys is beyond one's means and may bring about big financial losses. Should the natal chart concur, there is a danger of poisoning through gas, chemical substances, and narcotics. That's pretty self-explanatory when it comes to that 18th degree. Okay. Don't live above your means. Okay. Be careful about materialistic values. Okay. Be careful trying to live with what is it called? What is it called? There's like a saying that it calls, but you get where I'm going. You get where I'm going with that. Okay. it almost makes me think maybe you need a financial advisor, but that's just what I feel. Maybe that will benefit you to keep you on the straight and narrow, and probably should stay away from toxicities, honestly, because that danger of poisoning. So it almost gives me like alcoholic poisoning, or just be very careful about, like, if you're at a party, don't take drinks from anybody. That's what I feel. Okay. But yeah, I was like, I figured you said something about that degree, and what'd you say? 22, kill or be killed. Uh-huh. Don't take any drinks for anybody. Please don't. Okay. Especially because that's, what is that? Moon emotions. So I don't know why, but this is just what I'm picking up. I feel like in a past life you were poisoned, like maybe by like your mom, or a female poisoned you in your past life. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be careful. I don't know why I feel like that. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. I don't know why. Or it could be, maybe it's like an indirect type of thing. It could be that maybe like mom, or like a female, could be your sense of like sorrow or defeat, because they may poison you, I guess, in some type of manner. Okay, it could be gossip. Okay, or it could just be something. So yeah. Okay. Or it really could just be, like I said, definitely be careful about taking drinks from like people that you like, okay, romantically speaking. Um, yeah. I think, well, I understand where you're coming from on that one. I'm not gonna repeat what you said, but I understand where you're coming from. I totally get your frustration. Okay. But yes. Mm-hmm. You're 9 degrees 42 is that seconds? Yeah, 9 degrees 42 seconds. So that Cancer degree, secret wisdom, that's a Sagittarius degree. Sagittarius is what? Jupiter. So you may find luck in that degree. We'll see what it says. Hard work. Okay, yeah, I can see how you may find luck. Hardworking, flexible, and honest character. One is driven by the willingness to protect the family and outsiders alike. Success is achieved in private undertakings as well as in international affairs, aiming at the collective good. Oh, it kind of reminds me of like the Peace Corps. I don't know why that degree gives me like Peace Corps vibes, but it's like I feel like that's like a degree of humanity, if we're gonna be honest. So you may find like luck through like charities, or like I said, um maybe mission trips or stuff like that. I don't know why I get that. But anyway, where to go? Oh, ordeals are courageously coped with and bring about honors and preferment. Should the natal chart concur, there may be an accident or some type of illness. Be careful with your lungs. Like, I don't know if maybe you have asthma, or this could possibly be traveling, because when you travel, there's a time change and you go to different countries or different cities, and it's almost just like the air quality is different. Be careful about that. I mean, it's kind of hard to prevent that, but you know how people are you may be one of those people where you need to wear a mask. Okay. Even if you're traveling to another country, wear a damn mask. Even if we move past this pandemic, wear a mask, because I feel like your lungs are going to be your issue on this one. But of course, you can take steps to help it with that. You know. So yeah. Oh, good for you. Maybe you should. That's why I said this is the degree where you will find luck. Okay. So you probably don't need to listen to the people who be like, don't wear a mask. Please wear your damn mask, you 9-degree Cancer. Wear your mask, okay? Okay? Because it'll be just your luck where you have an issue. Just say. Oh, but anyway. So 26 degrees. SC, are both of those in Libra? Jasmine, we're looking at the degrees in your natal chart. So if you have your natal chart, okay, if you have your natal chart, pull it up, and then if there's a degree that you like, what does that mean? Then I will read to you what it means, okay, and we can discuss it. Anyway, SC, that 26 degrees in Pluto are in the 23 Libra. Are both of those degrees in Libra, or just one, or just the 23 Libra? Because I want to know. No. Are both of those degrees in Libra? In the eighth house. Okay, we're gonna look at you next. Okay, thank you. Just 23 in Libra. All right, so let's look. 23 degrees in Libra. Okay. Righteous, humble, and independent character. One has the capacity to wisely manage private companies. Finance. That's the first thing that popped up. Maybe you don't realize you're good at finance, but you could be. But anyway, something, because I just keep thinking of private sectors or like, what are they called? Like financiers or something like that. But anyway, moving on. I got sidetracked. Anyway, so one has the capacity to wisely manage private companies or institutions dealing with public interest, high ranking positions in the Ministry of Finance. See, I knew it. Finance or the central bank are very favored. However, since success often arouses envy, one must beware of jealous people and steer clear of political agendas, especially if in the natal chart Mars is dominant. As a matter of rule, this degree is a splendid omen for happiness, wealth, and honor. I knew it was finance. Something just told me, take your ass to finance, okay? Or, it can be like one of those things here where, they have people nowadays where maybe they help you better your business. I feel like in a sense that has something to do with finance because that's them teaching you where to invest your money or where you should, you get what I'm saying? So that may be something that could be good for you, but it's like, yeah. Or accounting, maybe even working for the IRS. Hey, yeah. So yeah, I don't think it would hurt. I mean, I really feel like if you want to go out on a limb at one point and like maybe open like your own private institution that pertains to finance, I actually feel like you can make it. I'm just gonna say that. Okay. But again, you have to be, like it says, you have to be careful about jealous people around you because it's like they will try to self-sabotage that. Okay, good for you. See, we're already on the same page. So you may already be on the right track. Good for you. Okay. Um, oh yeah, Tanya. So well, on my phone, whenever I Googled that astrology PDF, it literally was the very first result. I'll give you exactly what it says. Hold on. Astrology. Oops. I mean, it's really a good tool. I don't know why nobody, maybe certain astrologers are like hiding this because I don't know, they want to hide it, but I don't care. What's the point of learning information if you're not going to share the damn information? Why are you holding it hostage? Or why? It's just me personally. Um, I'm not going to pay you for this if it's right here on Google. Okay. But anyway, Tanya, the title of it says the 360 symbolic degrees and their interpretation. So I will write it down. That is the title of it. The three symbolic degrees and their interpretation. I don't know what it is. It's almost like everybody wants to hold the information that they learn for they want to hold it for ransom. It's like, why would you do that? It's okay. There you go. So for those of you that popped in late, this degree chart, I guess, that I'm reading off of, it's available on Google for free. Just download it. Okay. I have it saved to both of my phones and my computer just in case. Okay. So you guys can so you may not even need to go to an astrologer to get your chart read if you look at your degrees. I mean, of course, as I learn more, I will share this information with you guys about, squares and oppositions. And you guys know I'm getting pretty good at what each house represents. Okay, so, but this is just basic stuff that I just pick up. I'm a basics type of person. That's what I strive off of. I ain't trying to make it difficult. Okay, so just stick with the basics. Start there. And like I said, you may not even need to really get an astrologer because you could do this on your own, but anyway, where was I going next? Somebody else said something. Oh, okay. Nature Explorer. You want to know about that 9th degree in Aries? Oh, you know what? I do remember this. 12th degree in Aries is almost just like you may have like struggles early on in your career. Like you may see a lot of defeats, but it's almost like somehow, some way the universe turned on a light switch and then boom, it's like you're famous. Because I think Eddie Murphy has this degree. But anyway. And or either that or you actually will end up marrying somebody who probably is from a higher social layer than you. Because I saw that as well. Anyway, where was I going? Oh, ninth degree Aries. Oh, and by the way, for those of you that download this, the one that I read off of, the PDF, the page that well, the one that's the most accurate to me is like in 600s. Okay, that's the most accurate one that I've picked up on because I've read the whole thing pretty much. Okay, but that's the one I feel like is just it's more spot on to me. That's just me personally. But anyway, I think it starts at like page. Hold on. 650 is the page it starts on. Ninth degree. Okay. Quiet, courageous, and generous character. Success is achieved in a very unusual and prestigious occupation requiring boldness, such as military, hunting, politics, etc. Should the natal chart concur, one can have a quite remarkable career in chemistry, mechanics, or metal work, such as the manufacture of weapons. Maybe in the past life you were like a general or something like that for the military, because I'm totally getting big Pentagon energy with this 9 degrees Aries. So that's why I said 4-star general, 3-star general, 5-star general. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe with this. Okay. One wins many a victory, including in the romantic field, which is fraught with hurdles and hurt self-esteem. This degree indicates that success is somehow linked to death, or death or destruction. So either you were in the military, or I wouldn't put it past you if maybe you were like maybe some type of president, or you were like close to the president in some type of manner, and you were like the guy that pushes the button for like bombs or something like that, or you were possibly on a committee that decides if you go to war or not. That's just what I feel. And even though that is harsh, yes. I mean, somebody has to do it. Okay. But again, was that ninth degree is Sagittarius. So I don't know what type of business or career you could have through like hunting and military or weapons. I mean, I guess it could be like maybe a weapon shop, I guess, or something like that, or like a gun range. It's not too far fetched. Somebody has to own it. Okay. That's funny. But it also depends on what planet this is, because if this 9 degree Aries isn't your highest planet, then it may not necessarily have the biggest impact on you, honestly. It just depends, okay? But I'm just telling you. Oh, well, that would make sense. You're like, oh no, but that planet is right in the 8th house. It would totally make sense exactly with what it say on the paper. Because what's 8th house is death, transformation. But was that karma, I guess, maybe? Because that's what isn't that Scorpio's house? So Pluto, big Pluto energy. So I ain't surprised. That's why I said in your past life, you could have possibly been in the military, or maybe you were a guy, unless you are a guy. Okay. But yes, but it did say good thing here is like love, because it could be one of those things here where maybe if you have like if maybe you're interested in somebody and they have more than one suitor trying to go after them, they'll probably choose you because you're like maybe the biggest mystery, or maybe you don't take no shit. So like, I think I'm going to go with this one over here because you won't let me get away with murder. So that's not a bad thing. Okay. It's not a bad thing. It ain't a bad thing. See, you got to try to find something in there. Okay. But just saying. But yes. Oh, there is good question. Always grounding. There is a chart. See, I'm always Googling. There is a chart that I downloaded. And also I got a chart from Walmart. It was like, if you go in the backpack next to the electronics, they had an astrology chart back there. It doesn't have like, it doesn't label the houses by number, but it puts them in order. And it also tells you like the good and bad qualities. Okay. Well, hold on. Oh, shoot. I'll turn it around so you guys can see. You see that chart back there in the corner? It looks like that. If you can't see, oh, stop moving. It looks like that, okay? Oh, there we go. Lord Almighty. Anyway, you get the point. It looks like that, and I think it was like $8. And it also has the moon phases on it too. So I use that one, but there's also a chart that I printed off on Google, and it has like what each house represents in terms of you get what I'm saying. But this is basic stuff. Don't try to dive into astrology and get yourself confused. It's almost, you gotta take it in bites, okay? Because you'll run yourself ragged. Okay, yeah, it looks like this. You probably can't see it because there's a glare. There's a glare. There's a glare. Anyway, it's glaring. It's not gonna show. But anyway, yeah, there's a chart on Google. I think it's just astrology houses. You may be able to type in PDF or something like that. And yeah, it gives you the houses. So you can start there too and go over each house. And it also, I don't think it gives you like the planet it rules, but if you don't, well, at this point, it's kind of like common sense. If you don't know what planet rules, what sign, it's kind of like common sense. So I print that out and I put it on my wall. So whenever I'm doing readings, I will reference back to it because sometimes I'm just going too fast and it's like, okay, what does that mean? So yes. Yeah, it was just too much of a glare. But it's a circle and it has like pink on the edges, okay, and some yellow in there. Okay. So yeah. Good question. I don't know. Again, I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm still learning, okay? But I should know this. I should know. Famous fishy. I should know that, honestly, but I just drawn a blank right now. But anyway, back to my point. I was going down. Who asked for second degree Aries 45 seconds? Okay. Zelma, you asked that. Let's go back. Second degree Aries. I don't know what planet this is or house this is for you. All right. So fiery, honest, and generous character. One is always prepared to reach out to deprived people in order to alleviate their sufferings. Oh, but you got to be careful of overgiving. It kind of gives me the vibe where it's almost just like you may possibly be that one where you may pretty much like give away all your health, all of your wealth to fight causes, to charities and stuff like that. And then you look up and be like, oh my God, I have no money. Okay. So you have to be careful about that because, what house is this second degree Aries in? I'm curious. But anyway, let me read the rest of it. One seeks peace and harmony and attracts many friends who are willing to help. However, if in the natal chart the planets linked to emotions are severely afflicted by hard aspects, this degree may warn against all sorts of sensual excesses and advises to beware of passions of all sorts. You see what I'm saying? You could give all your money away. Okay, so you have to also be careful about the sob story. Okay. Because it's like, it reminds me of like you being so willing to help. And it's not a bad thing, but it can become a bad thing whenever you get left with nothing. Okay. So careful. Oh yeah. Second house, the house of possessions, though. That's my point. Guard your money. I'm not saying don't donate to charity. I'm not saying don't do that, but you may possibly overdo it, especially isn't there, I feel like I remember this when I was a kid. There's like a commercial, there was like a charity, and it was for like helping the kids out in was it Africa or something like that? Or no, let me give a better one. The ASPCA commercials where they come on like in the middle of the night and they're pulling at your heartstrings. Please don't fall. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but for you, you may be like, oh my God, I just want to help them. What do I need to do? Where's my checkbook? And like, yeah. So you should be careful about that. Okay. I mean, it's only funny because I totally remember those commercials. 3:00 in the morning, here comes the animals, and they're locked up in the cages. And then they have like a celebrity who has like that very melancholy, monotone type of voice, and they're totally drawing you in, and they're like, rest your head on my pillow and donate to the animals. Okay, so again, careful. see, you can't believe everybody. Most of them probably are bullshitting you, and you're gonna be broke, especially with that being in your second house. So you better be careful. Okay. Yes. You probably maybe you give away your money to like homeless people all the time. I'm not saying that's a problem, but I've totally seen like homeless people where I'm at. They like, oh yeah.
Where is like the thingies to like put on the washing machine?
The thingy to put on the washing machine.
The sprayer thingies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was talking about the blue and green square.
You need to wash some clothes or something?
No, to wash the dishes.
Oh, I don't know. Look in the sink. Are you gonna wash the dishes?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. But yes, look in the sink. Or look in the bathroom. Yeah, one of the two. If you can't find it, I'll find it later, okay? Oh, goodness. Oh, Brooklyn. They must be bored. They don't wash the dishes. It's a good day. But anyway, 25 degrees Aries. Who asked for 25 degrees Aries? Anna. 25 degrees Aries. You don't have to worry about the second. I mean, I guess sometimes for me, if you have like a degree and it's like 25 degrees 58 seconds, I normally jump over to the next degree. That's just me sometimes. I'm not saying you have to do that all the time, but that's the only time I really pay attention to degrees. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I kind of do see that way. But anyway, Jakari, but anyway, I'm going to talk to you after Anna. Jakari, I know exactly what the Leo 11th degree is, okay? Anna, let's see, 25th degree Aries. Right, so regardless of one's qualities and merits, one rises above one's natal status and achieves outstanding success thanks to sheer luck and the unfailing support of person wielding power. Interesting. So it kind of reminds me of that vibe where it's almost just like I know this is probably a bad example, but like 50 Shades of Grey, and how odd that your name is Anna. But it kind of reminds me of that. Think about where she was at, and then boom, you meet this guy. Cut out all the sex stuff, but it's kind of like that. You meet somebody like him, and he helps you move up to the next spot in your career or something like that because of his resources. Okay, so this could be it feels like a businessman. So it could be a businessman. Okay, and what is it? The 25th degree. Which is Aries. Okay, the leader. So that's what I said. It's almost, it couldn't even possibly be oh my God, it couldn't even possibly be a boss. Okay, what did you say? Yes. Did you not find it? Okay, don't worry about it. I just said I'll get it if you don't find it. Thank you. But anyway, yeah. So, like I said, it could be a boss. It could be a person in position of power. It could be a dad. Okay. Anyway, if the natal chart concurs, one may land a prestigious position of authority in the government, owing to one's ability to take the right decision swiftly, but above all, owing to the protection of higher ups. Like I said, okay, like pretty much. So if you're in a tax bracket, the next tax bracket up, or maybe even the next 2 tax brackets up, will be somebody that will come along into your life and they will like change it. It doesn't have to be romantically speaking. Okay. Like I said, this could be a mentor, a boss. It could be anybody in that type of energy, but they will like, it just seems real easy. Like you won't have to do much. It's almost like this person will just want to help you. You don't even really have to prove yourself. I don't know. I don't know why I get that, but lucky. That's why it says luck. And doesn't it say luck? Yes. Yeah, sheer luck. That's what I'm saying. Like, boom. You meet somebody and they're like, hey, I'm like the VP of one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world. Do you need help? Like, well, yes, I do, actually. Okay, so hey. That's good. But anyway, Jakari, a Leo 11 degrees. Okay. So the Leo 11 degree energy is almost like, I see it's like a prince or a princess, if we're going to be honest. It's almost like you are going to be taken care of financially without you even trying. Okay. Because Elton John has this degree. Meghan Markle has this degree. If I'm not mistaken, I think David Beckham has this degree in one of his personal planets. But yeah, you don't, again, you won't really have to work hard. Really, I mean, you will, but not really. It's like things may just come easy to you, or money may possibly just come easy to you. But I'm gonna read it to you specifically. But it's like, I don't know why. What is the limit? It always reminds me of like royalty, maybe not, because 11th degree is Aquarius, so that's 11th house is Aquarius. If you don't listen to nothing else, 11th house is Aquarius, the house of the public, humanity, friends. So you can have rich friends, famous friends, rich friends could help you. You get what I'm saying? Okay. But anyway, Leo in 11th, benevolent, calm, and active character, a high-ranking female exerts a fortunate influence. One enjoys wealth, whether it is inherited or acquired by one's own efforts. Life unfolds in peace and happiness. This degree often indicates that properties are bequeathed by relatives who have no children. In the natal chart of a female, not saying you're a guy, but you know what I'm saying. This degree describes a personality which is particularly charming and celibate. So it's almost like people want to help you out just because you're nice. Okay, but I mean, I guess you also have to look at the aspects of that, because it could be one of those things where maybe you're nice on the surface, but maybe you're not really that nice. I'm not saying that's you, but I'm just saying. Okay, so it's like lucky. Okay, but yeah, so good for you. That's why I said I really, and when I heard that high ranking female exerts a fortunate influence, it totally gives me like queen, okay, or maybe even like first lady. Not saying that you are those things, but I'm just saying that's the type of vibe it gives me according to that degree. But that's just what I see. Okay, it's like royalty, you know. Um, yeah. Um, Zelma, of course, every planet is going to have a different degree, but also your houses hold different degrees as well. But that's a whole nother can of worms. Okay, okay. But yes, 12th house Venus in Scorpio, 7th degrees. 12th house Venus. Is love an issue for you? Um, I knew it. I was just about to say, can you not speak before I speak? Because I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that you may have committed suicide or something like that in your past life because of love, and just take this with a grain of salt. I'm just gonna be honest. It's like I almost get the vibe of like you may have like committed suicide to like because somebody didn't love you, or you felt like that maybe they would have, maybe they'll finally love you once you're gone, if that makes sense. Okay. It was just a joke. You can totally speak before I speak, but it's just so weird how we were about to say the same thing at the same time and you said it. Okay, but yes, yes. Because that's the 12th house, again, that's Pisces house. So now we know 11th house is Aquarius, 12th house is Pisces. So you have to be careful about that illusion type of nature. So it may be one of those things where I don't know if you fall in love too easily, or maybe it's one of those things where it's almost like you get caught up in who somebody can be. Okay, it's like, so you may meet somebody, they're not financially stable, they maybe don't even have the work ethic of being financially stable, but you're still giving them the benefit of the doubt because you liked them or you love them. Okay, so you have to be careful about that. But anyway, so is it in Scorpio degree? Oh, 7th degrees is a Libra degree, which is because that's Venus. Okay. Where is it? Scorpio 7, right? It's just crazy. I tell you something. All right. Proud, vigilant, and courageous character endowed with numerous talents. Oh, that's good. One's competences are put at the service of the affairs of the country, probably in the field of justice and diplomacy. Rewards come in the guise of fame, honors, and a rich marriage. Oh, that kind of does make sense with that Venus being there. Excuse me. However, one must not heed one's jealous instincts and must refrain from being unfaithful in love. Not saying that you could be unfaithful, but let's just say this. Of course, if you are probably marrying somebody who has said accomplishments, they probably may assume that cheating is okay. Okay. So I would just say for you, when it comes to that degree, you have to be mindful of that. Does that make sense? um oh 38 seconds. Okay, yeah, it would still be seventh degree for you. Maybe if it was like closer to 60. I mean, yeah, if it was closer to 60, then I would probably bump up. But it's not bad. It's like, you could get fame or honors, but I really feel like it will probably be like through your marriage or through your spouse. But the spouse may not necessarily be super faithful, or you may not necessarily be super faithful, especially if this person is nice. You may take advantage of them. So, this is just certain stuff for you to think about, okay? But back to what I'm saying, Jakari, if you scroll up a little bit in the chat, I don't know if you can see it. I put in what you can Google to find the PDF for all of these degrees that I'm talking about. This is not something that I'm pulling out of my ass, people. I'm reading this, okay? But yes, I scrolled. Yeah, you just have to scroll up, or somebody will tell you, okay? But you can just Google it. It's free. It's like 1,000 pages. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, but it's very good information in there. Well, well, the famous fee, that might happen. I know you don't want that to happen, but it's a possibility it could. I'm just saying, okay? So, oh, Jaleesa, girl. Careful. Careful. Are you a Sagittarius? And maybe I'm thinking of another Jaleesa. Is that you? Maybe not. Oh, that is you. See? Okay, my brain is working today. Okay, yes. I don't know if I've talked to you about this. I'm pretty sure I may have said something to you about money or something like that. Maybe whenever you get older. I can't remember. It's kind of blurry, but I might have said something about that. Maybe. Can't remember. Yes. Okay, I was right. But yes, okay. Who was next? Okay, there was somebody else who said something. Okay, Zelma, 16 degrees. What sign, Zelma? What sign is this 16-degree planet or house, whichever one? What sign is it in? Okay, I need that so that I can look it up. Damn Pisces. Oh, another thing. Some of you, well, you can give me your Jupiter, because Jupiter, or if you're a female, you can give me your Jupiter degree and we'll see what your husband will be like. If you're a guy, you can give me your Venus degree and we'll see what your wife could be like. And then you can tell me the house. And maybe we can decipher that down and see, like, maybe if you meet here, meet there, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to kill 3 birds with one stone. Just kidding. It would be impossible to kill 3 birds with one stone, but I guess it could happen. Oh, hey, no problem. For those of you, if you can't find the PDF, I'm going to see if I can upload it to my website and see if maybe you can look at it there. I don't know if it'll work, but if you can't get it, I will try to do that. Okay. Jakari was the first one who said something. Your Venus is 26 degrees Gemini. Okay, hold on, those of you. As soon as I say marriage, here y'all come. Anyway, 26 degrees Venus. What house is it in, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, so romantic, melancholic, and trusting character, prone to become. Ooh, okay. So this person, your spouse, may have some codependent issues. Doesn't mean they're like it's super bad, but they have some attachment issues, so they may be clingy. Okay. But anyway, in a male's chart, there is a lack of manliness and therefore the necessity to assert oneself more strongly. Okay. Um, you may filter yourself with this person because you don't want to hurt their feelings. Um, yeah, a mismatched couple. That makes sense. A mismatched couple. It's almost just like literally the saying opposites attract. It will literally describe like your spouse. They'll be like, "What the hell are you two doing together?" It's like it just may be so weird. Okay. But again, I really do get the clinginess, even though, and that's probably coming from their romantic side, where they're being the clinginess and the codependency. So you have to be careful about that because this also is a degree. I'm just letting you know it is a degree where a marriage could end in divorce. But I feel like that's only because of the differences. And also because somebody not wanting to just like let somebody know if there's a problem or if they're not happy because they don't want to rock the boat. So you have to be careful about this when it pertains to your spouse or your partner. Yes. Fourth house. So this person actually may remind you of your mother because that's the house of the moon. So they may be like your mom, or if you missed emotions from your mom, they may give you that emotional side that you needed from your mom, but it may be overboard. Okay. I'm just making you aware. It may be overboard, especially in the relationship. Maybe not in other things, but when it pertains to you guys as a couple, it's like you have to find balance in that. Okay. See, this gonna be overboard, and you're gonna be like, God, I wish you would get away from me, because it's almost like you may feel like they're loving you too much. It's like, damn, I mean, I needed emotions from mother, but maybe not this many. Okay, and that's where the divorce and issues and stuff could come from, like that. So I would just say, disclaimer, of course, this may not be a thing. Um, Probably counseling, maybe one of those things that you should not stray away from if you want it to work, because it can work. Okay. But yes, so you just have to be careful about that. Like I said, so they may be like your mom, or was that family? You may meet them through family friend. Um, I don't know why. This person actually may be a good cook, or they like food. They may be like they may possibly eat their emotions. I hope not, but I am kind of like getting that vibe with this person. So care about that. Okay, who was next? Sky, Jupiter in 2 degrees Leo. What is the second degree? Second degree is Taurus. So we're gonna see what the degree says. This person may be good for your pockets, but we'll see. Okay, depraved and thoughtless character. See, that would make sense why I said that. Anyway, one displays loose morals in both private and business matters. Is exactly what I was thinking. If the natal chart shows strong, well, I don't even know what that word is, probity, I guess that's the word, then this degree indicates that faith is tremendously helpful in overcoming ordeals caused by twists of fate. So yeah, that's why I said this may be a relationship or a husband that's good for your pockets, but that may possibly be it. I mean, I hate to be brutal about it, but that's just what I'm feeling when it comes to this second degree, because let's just say the emotions may be missing from this person, unless you have an aspect that kind of like combats against that. It kind of feels like an emotionless type of union. I hate to say it, but financially speaking, I see no issues. Oh, what house is it in, by the way? And honestly, this person may be somebody where they're kind of like me first, you second. So they may be old school. When I'm talking about old school, I'm talking about like old school, like I'm the leader, you follow. Just saying. So they aren't really up for the new wave when it comes to relationships, I guess. They definitely maybe they need individual counseling before you guys get married. That may help. But with that energy, I'm getting something revolving around the father or the grandfather. It's possible that one of them may have fought in Vietnam. So that could maybe be where this kind of like void of emotions is coming from. I don't channel often, guys, because it's heavy. but sometimes it just comes up. But that's kind of like what I'm feeling, because I don't know why I'm getting like military style. So if I wanted to pick a tarot card to describe them, they may be like the King of Swords. He's very militaristic. I think is how you say it. Maybe not. Defensive, cold, withdrawn. Sometimes he could be a me first type of person. Okay. Oh, Zelma. Zelma, you forgot to tell me. Thank you, Jakari, for reminding me. Zelma, you forgot to tell me what degree that sign is in. I think that's what I was asking for. Maybe you said it, maybe I missed it. Oh, thank you. Okay, I will get you after this. So you said, oh, Zelma, you're gonna have to give me one because you got way too much stuff in one. You got Sagittarius and Capricorn, Jupiter, Aquarius. It has to be one or the other. Okay, is it Sagittarius or Capricorn? Okay, you're gonna have to help me out here. Um, who was that I was just talking to? Sky, that's who it was. Sky, I don't know if you heard my spiel about Jupiter second 2 degrees Leo, but that was for you. Justin, what sign on the 22 degrees? Like, what sign is that degree in? I need that. Moon 15 degrees, second, 2 houses. Okay, thank you. That's what I need. That's what I need. 2 houses. Oh, so you may have, what is it called? I can't remember the term. I can't remember the term where it's almost like one sign takes up 2 houses. Some of you astrology folks in here, you may know what that is. I can't think about it. It's just not coming to me. Is it called intercepted? Maybe that's what it's called. But anyway, so yeah, so one sign may cover 2 houses, but I think it's called intercepted, I think. I could be wrong again. This is stuff that I'm still learning. Okay, but anyway, no, you're okay, Zelma. I just wanted to make sure. So Sagittarius 16 degrees. So I made to read the 17th degree one because you're at 53 seconds. And it's in retrograde, you say? Okay, yes. So I made to read the 17th degree one. I'll read them both. Okay. So Sagittarius 16 degrees, introverted, daring, and independent character. For some reason, one is estranged from parents during childhood. Loneliness has contributed to slowly develop willpower, resilience, and audacity. One achieves remarkable feats of bravery, but success brings about foolhardiness, and after repeated risky undertakings resulting in failures and losses, the last part of life is marked by poverty. So it reminds me, it seems like you need to save. You need to, like, you possibly need to be somebody where you save for a rainy day. Okay, because I don't know if, again, this goes back to me talking about you wanting to give your money away. It came up twice, so you definitely need to save. Okay. um Estranged from parents, that's interesting. Loneliness, but you may spend to combat your loneliness. That could be another thing too. So you have to be careful about that. Now let's read the 17th degree since you're kind of close to that degree. This degree describes a wise person with mastery in occultism and deep knowledge of life mysteries. However, it may also indicate an eccentric, imbalanced, and manipulative person. And should the natal chart concur, the danger of some mental disease. But I kind of feel in a way that that 16 and 17th degree runs like hand in hand whenever it comes to being more balanced over your emotions. Okay. So you have to take care of your emotions. You have to take care of your mental health. Okay. Or that will be your downfall. Okay. So, but it's most importantly, you need to make sure you have people around you who actually care about your mental health. Because if they don't, then you can see a downfall in that as well. Okay. But this degree also gives you this vibe of like, I don't know if maybe you feel better just being alone because you don't want to give somebody the opportunity to disappoint you again, especially if you dealt with that in your childhood. So you may possibly go through life and you may not even have like a spouse, or you may decide not to have a partner because you're just too fearful of, well, what if they repeat the same thing I went through as a child? You know what I'm saying? Oh, really? Thanks. I just have to thanks. So yeah. So I would just say, again, therapy could definitely be a good thing for you. Or like I said, um, I didn't know accountability coaches were a thing until they became a thing, I guess. So if you, yeah, accountability coach, or you need like a king of cups type of person, they give good advice. They're very balanced with their advice. They don't overwhelm you. They, you know what I'm saying? You know how some people can like push to bring shit out of you and you're not ready to talk about it? You need that king of cups person because they don't do that. They don't do that. So, but even still, if you're totally like okay with being alone, then be okay with being alone. But I still feel like you need some type of balance. You can't live in the dark and just be like, oh God, I'm okay, like being in the dark in a manner. You get what I'm saying? So you just have to be careful about that. Just also be kinder to yourself. Because I don't know if maybe you're a little harsh on yourself sometimes whenever it comes to certain things. So that's nothing to take into consideration. Just be kind to yourself. Especially if you make a mistake or you don't get something, just like, okay, I didn't get it. It's okay. You know, it's easier said than done. But anyway, so yeah, somebody else said something. Oh, I think it was Anna, but there may have been somebody. Hold on, Anna. I think there was somebody else who said something before you. Okay, Glakshmi. Did I say your name right? Maybe not. Anyway, you want to know about your Jupiter? Your Jupiter is in the fourth house. I can't remember. I think I only know what Jupiter in the fifth house is. I'm gonna have to do more research on Jupiter in the fourth. But anyway, it's at 4 degrees 56 seconds in Scorpio. Mm, something about a sister is coming up. I don't know if something about a sister or sister. What does a sister have to do with anything? Um, mm, I don't know if you have sisters or there's like a female energy that may be around you right now or pertain to your Jupiter. You should watch a female energy because I ain't gonna lie, they're gonna try to sleep with your partner. I feel this in my gut. That's why I say I get something about a sister, or this person may come through and try to act like they're a sister to you, but I don't really think they may not be, but it's like somebody's gonna try to get close to you, but they're not really getting close to you for you. It ain't for you. It's for that person that you're with. So careful. But anyway, so Scorpio 4 degrees, extremist, reckless, and destructive character. One may be an instrument of hatred. This degree describes all sorts of misfortunes brought about by natural disasters or political upheavals. Although one works hard, efforts remain unproductive because projects are just not well prepared. This degree warns against a possible injury caused by fire and affecting the legs. Your husband may be a firefighter or an EMT, first responder, or something of that nature that requires them to handle natural disasters. Are they a storm chaser? I love the movie Twister. Maybe they're into stuff like that. Like maybe even meteorologists. Maybe they wanted to be a meteorologist or something like that whenever they were little or something. Because we have the fourth house, which is Cancer. So that's of course. Mm, I don't know why I feel like with this degree, it may take you a minute to find your husband, or it may take you a minute before you and this person actually gets to a place of stability. Because when we're talking about the number 4, we're also talking about sun, which isn't bad, but 4 is also about stability. If somebody doesn't have stability coming in, or someone doesn't come from a family that offered them stability, they're going to struggle. So that's why I say I get this vibe where you and this person, it may take y'all a while before you actually come to a place of consistency, but it doesn't mean that you can't get there. But it also gives in the vibe where I feel like that this husband has some type of dangerous occupation. I really feel like that. I don't know if it's military, could be in the military. This person can't cook. Person can't cook, okay? Or maybe you can't cook. But yes. But it's just like I just get this energy here where it's like this person is fighting for like the better good or something. But remember, but also in this degree, it talked about hatred. So that's probably where I was getting this vibe of something going on with a female trying to get close or something like that. So I mean, unless you take this person from somebody else, then that's just on you, I guess. I don't know what to say to that. But yes. See? Yes, or it almost gives the vibe where I don't know if maybe this person may like somebody in your family. I don't know. It's very weird, this placement. Okay. Thank you, Tanya. You know what I'm saying. Okay. It may not come out correctly, but you get what I'm saying. Okay. It's just very weird. Okay. And now it's getting even more weird, but whatever. Okay. I would just say, yeah, take your time when it comes to this person. I'm not saying they're a bad guy, but I don't really feel like this person comes from like a warm beginning when it comes to their childhood. But it doesn't make them a bad person, because we don't ask to be born into the circumstances that we're born into. Sometimes shit just happens. We have no control over that. But as long as they are willing to be better, I don't see any issues. I just don't. Okay. See, I'm getting good at this channeling stuff, guys. I may get to a point where I don't need my cards anymore. I don't know. Maybe. But anyway. uh, oh yeah, Anna. I talked about you, didn't I? I said you were next. Anna, Malia, I see you too. Okay, Anna, you want to know about your moon? Hold on. Is your moon also 15 degrees Libra? I think it is. I think that's what you're saying, if I'm correct. Anna, is that what you're saying? Is your moon at 15 degrees Libra? I'm trying to make sure I got it right before I start looking. Oh, Miriam, that's because you're in Vedic. Vedic's birth dates are different than Western. So, with me being a late Cancer in Western, when I pull up the Cosmic website, I'm still considered a Cancer because my birthday is way down Cancer's row. But somebody else who may be like born like July the 4th, they're going to be a Gemini in Vedic. You get what I'm saying? So don't get confused by that. You are still considered a Libra or whatever. But if maybe you are a late Libra, then you could be considered a Scorpio in Vedic. Okay. I know it's confusing. I probably may have to do something where it just talks about that. It's confusing. That's why I said when it comes to that, just take it, start with your sun and don't look at nothing else. Just look at your sun sign and read on that, study that. And then when you get that down, move to the next planet. Don't confuse yourself. Take it one step at a time. Okay. Anna, yes. Anna. Is it Libra or is it Scorpio that your moon is in? That 15th degree. I'm just trying to make sure. Well, that would make sense why you're coming up as a Scorpio. Okay. Oh, I don't know if Anna's still in here. She'll come back in a minute. I'll just wait. I don't know. She wrote down too much stuff, so she got me confused. Malia, I think that's who I was looking at next. It's up here somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I missed it. I saw you. I just don't remember what you said. Oh, Kyra. Where I don't remember where Malia's thing went. Where the heck did it go? Malia, if you hear me, you might have to. Okay, thank you. See, now I'm jumping around. Malia, if you hear me, you might have to put your question again because I think I missed it. But Anna, Scorpio, and then Kyra, is it 26 degrees Aquarius or something like that? 28th. Kyra, you're after Anna. Okay. Anna, 15 degrees Scorpio moon. You got Scorpio moon, huh? In this detriment. The moon don't like Scorpio. I don't know why. I don't know. Well, I could probably take a guess why. Okay. I could probably take a guess. All right. So 15 degrees Scorpio. Independent, scheming, and quarrelsome character, one does not hesitate to embark on dangerous adventures, which brings about in failure and ruin. I ain't gonna lie to you. With that being your moon, you should be careful about the I don't care attitude about taking somebody's lover. Because I kind of do get that vibe. You may take somebody's lover and they may already be in a relationship. So I would say watch out for that. Okay. Um, but yeah, and what house did you say it's in? Second house. Scheming pertaining to the moon. I ain't gonna lie. You may possibly, because we're talking about second house, which is also the house of possessions. But also, I don't know why I feel like second house to me can sometimes be passive income, but maybe I'm wrong. Somebody's gonna tell me I'm wrong, and that's fine. But maybe I just have my own interpretation, because that's Taurus. But anyway, so it may be one of those things here where you may result to manipulation, or you may possibly manipulate women in a way to make a passive income. But hey, whatever. That's just what I feel. Um, always okay, yeah. Always grinding. You're gonna be after Malia, okay? I'm on Anna, then I'm going to Malia, and then I'll go to you. So yeah, you can be after Malia. She's above you. I know you probably don't see her comment, but again, so Anna, I would just say you have to be careful about that. I mean, I'm not saying that it's totally all on you, but even when we're talking about that moon energy here, we also are talking about what the mother. Also makes you think of kids. So it also could be one of those things where this may go in reverse. You may possibly end up having a child that may scheme in terms of they may take stuff without you looking, and they may not be mad about it. They may be like, okay, so what? You caught me. I'm going to do it again. So there's definitely some difficulty tied to emotions and being a mother, possibly with that degree. That's just to my opinion whenever I am just picking up on what I'm getting. Okay. So again, it doesn't have to be set in stone, but I would just say you just have to be careful about that because, yes, you may not, like I said, even if you're doing passive income, you may not make it through. What is the word? Oh, damn it. Why am I trying to filter myself? Okay. You may just steal people's money. Okay. But yes, even still, you have to be careful about people still stealing money from you. But I really feel like it's more so of like a mother or a parent or something like that. So you just have to be careful about that. But what is the 15th degree? 15th degree is Gemini. See, two sides. But also, speaking of two sides, it could be one of those things here where you may possibly try to get people on your side and you may not tell them the full story about the part that you had to play in a fuck up. So you have to be careful about that. Honesty, with that being a Scorpio degree, and with it also being the moon, you can't lie, or you shouldn't lie. You shouldn't lie because again, moon is in its detriment. So it may behoove you to try to get away with certain things, especially tied to emotional front. But to combat against that negativity, just don't lie. Very simple. But also be careful about the people you have around you. It may be one of those things where you may be one way in public and one way behind closed doors, with that being Gemini degree. So it's just simple stuff, like stuff like that. It's not that hard to work through, honestly. Okay. But anyway, Malia, you're next. Your Venus is in the 5th house, Scorpio 10 degrees. Okay. I think I know something about this Scorpio 10 degree. Okay. Vigilant, astute, and timid character. One is so deeply engrossed in one's research in occultism. You need to take a step back from YouTube. You need to take a step back from astrology, tarot. I'm not saying completely cut it out your life, but it's like you will get so caught up in that, you will forget to use discernment. Okay, so you have to be careful about this 10th degree, especially whenever it comes to Venus, because Venus is about love. So it's like you may possibly have a love for astrology or occultism, or maybe even spells. I don't know if maybe you like spells, or maybe at one point you wanted to dabble into spells. But again, like I said, you have to be careful about that at this degree, especially with it being in the, it almost gives you the vibe energy here, where it's like you're manipulating the energy to get some type of notoriety in the public. You best to be careful. Okay. I'm not saying you're doing it, but I am totally like getting that vibe a little bit. I don't know why. Anyway, where was the rest of it? Okay, yeah. So one is so deeply engrossed in one's research in occultism, astrology, and the mysteries of life that one overlooks the danger lurking. Therefore, one is caught off guard when troubles and ordeals crop up. One must exercise more caution and clear-sightedness if one is to obtain the success and fame promised by this degree. So it's not bad, but I would also say, like I said, don't get so like engulfed in astrology, because then you miss out on life. Because that's why that's the type of vibe I'm getting with this degree, where it's kind of just like, if you constantly dive into occultism and tarot and mysticism, you're gonna miss maybe opportunities that could get you to where you want to be whenever it pertains to your success. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Definitely use it of course to your advantage, but don't overdo it, okay, or you won't get anywhere. Okay. So yeah. And also, with you studying it so much, you may be afraid to take chances or to take leaps. Another reason that, or another thing that could keep you from the success that you're looking for. So that's why I said discernment. Don't overdo it. Like, if you possibly do watch astrology or you watch tarot for like, I don't know, a week straight, take a week off or take a couple days off. Like, don't let it become your life, because you ain't gonna have a fucking life. I'm just saying. So I feel like with that 10th degree, if you live, then you will have more success, if that makes sense. Okay. But that's just what I get, because I think I saw I don't know whose chart I was studying, not one of y'all's. I don't know whose chart I was studying, but I saw somebody with this 10th degree, and based off of their timeline in the public eye, it totally makes sense how they've overdid it when it comes to, studying and astrology. I could kind of see that. I can't remember who it was, but it'll come to me probably after I stop talking. Yes. Oh, Malia, there was another one, wasn't it? See, Malia, you gotta stop, okay? When it comes, you won't live. I think I have that damn degree in my chart. Maybe I don't. It may be one of my houses or something like that. But yes, you gotta stop, or you ain't gonna find it. You know what I'm saying? Because something about the energy, it'll come to me when again, when I stop talking. But yeah, is for you, you definitely have to live and let live. That should be your motto. Put it on a shirt. Live and let live. You just have to go with the flow, because maybe you could possibly be a lot farther in life right now if you weren't being so engulfed in that research. Just think about it. Maybe you've missed out on things because you're so here, you're zoned in. When it comes to, I want to know about the secrets of the universe. But it also could be one of those things where maybe, I don't know, if maybe you like studying different cultures or different sides of spirituality. No, because everything ain't for you. I would just say that. Okay, so you just have to be careful. Bye, Tanya. I know it's late. Okay. Venus, Libra, 28 degrees. I have to find it. Here we go. Venus, 28th degree. So, melancholic, did I already read this for somebody? Maybe I did. Either way, melancholic, romantic, and humble character. One amasses a great deal of knowledge and becomes an expert in one's field, but one is determined to stay out of the spotlight. Okay, I can see that. If in the natal chart, the sun or Mercury is strong, this degree indicates that intellectual undertakings bring about outstanding success. It gives me public speaking vibes. I don't know why, with this 28th degree in Libra, or like those people that be like spokespersons for like beauty companies or something like that. I don't know why I'm feeling this vibe with this 28 degree in Libra. It doesn't have to be a beauty company, but that was just an example. Because I totally, with that energy here of amasses and knowledge and becomes an expert, it makes me think of like spokesperson. I don't know why. Okay. What is the 28th degree? Oh, I think I talked about it early on where I said the 28th degree can be long lasting success. Like people may remember your name after you're gone. That makes sense why I was getting um like public speaking. That would make sense. Okay. And you say it's in the fifth house, even more sense. The fifth house, the house of public, which that's Leo's house. So yeah, 28th degree is Cancer. Hmm. I don't have one for that one. That's interesting. What could you do with that 28th Cancer degree? But it's Libra, but it's Venus. I still stand by what I said. But in terms of being like a spokesperson, but it's almost like you just have to find the type of field that you're supposed to be in, I guess, to be a spokesperson. Or it could even possibly be a trainer. Or you may, now I'm getting like scientific research. So you know how some people like uncover, like some people are like paleontologists. I'm not saying you're gonna be a paleontologist, but it kind of gives you that vibe where like paleontologists are uncovering like dinosaur bones and stuff like that we didn't know about. Or some people who are trying to uncover Jesus's tomb. You get what I'm saying? So it gives me that vibe energy there when it comes to like possible career choice or a possible way that you would end up getting like notoriety in whatever this field is. Okay. So it's like uncovering something that maybe the world forgot about. Okay. Or teaching something to the world that we forgot about, or just maybe teaching something to the world that you're an expert in, you know? So yeah. Oh, Tanya, I know it's late. You have to go to bed. I will do your I will look at your Jupiter. Okay. Yes. Jaleesa, yes. Of course you know this. Jaleesa, you should know this by now. I don't know why you asked me that crazy question. I tell you this all the time whenever I do your readings. What I say, you grown. You're gonna do what you want to do. That's free will. Okay. So yes, you do. Of course you have free will. Okay. Come on. Come on. Why would God or the universe put you on this planet and not give you free will? It don't make no sense. Okay? If there wasn't free will, then there wouldn't be people murdering people. You get what I'm saying? So yes. Some, but not all. Okay, not all. So don't get stuck. Even if you look at your chart and you see a degree you don't like, it's like, oh, I'm doomed. That's not the case. You know, because of course, it may turn out to be different. But some things are kind of like a given. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. But a lot of that could really just be maybe mindset, mind frame. Because what if you have a certain bad degree in your chart, but you notice that early on and you take steps towards working to be better, boom, you probably didn't wipe that off. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. I would just say, think about if more people paid attention to the degrees in astrology and you know like what to pay attention to. Not saying you're trying to form this perfect life, but if you know like what to expect, you're going to try to work through those things. So whenever that time comes, it's like, oh, I handled that with grace. I handled that with ease. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway. Always grinding. You didn't send me your stuff so I can look at your degrees. You don't have to take them. You don't have to take them. Okay, so I'll do Markeisha, and I see you, Celeste, as well. 29 degrees. Markeisha, your moon is at Leo 9 degrees. Okay, let's see. Leo 9 degrees as a Sagittarius degree. So we're working with Jupiter on that degree. So let's see. 9 degrees, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, fundamentally courageous. Oh, excuse me. A fundamentally courageous character. Though short-tempered and melancholic, one readily works to help other people, even though one knows that no profit is to be expected in return. Indeed, one believes that inner riches and spiritual advancement are invaluable. Skin and fur trade is very favored. This degree indicates that physical dangers come from transportation and sports. Hunting is strongly advised against. So you may not be athletic, or maybe working out isn't your thing with that 9 degree there. But also, what's sticking out to me is the fact of you may do favors for people and they may possibly offer to compensate you, and you may be like, don't worry about it. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting with that 9 degree Leo energy there. It's like you don't mind helping people, but you don't like, it's almost like, I don't know if you feel bad about getting paid or something like that. It's very weird. But also, speaking of this energy here, it's almost just like, and because that you may possibly be this way on the outside when it comes to this whole thing with money, you may not necessarily reach the level of financial success that you are looking to get to, because you may possibly, I'm trying to give a good example because there's a card in my past life deck that is, what is that card? Like, it's like there's a card, the monk or nun. So it's like almost like doing good deeds for people, and it's almost like you feel bad about charging, or you feel bad about maybe charging or being paid your worth. Okay, and because of that little bit of an obstacle, it may get in the way. So you may struggle a little bit whenever it comes to financially speaking. Not saying it has to always be that way, but yes. And what is that? Your moon? Um, yeah, I just feel like you work for free. I don't know. I don't know why I get that. I just totally feel like you working for free. I don't know why you're doing that. Don't work for free. Charge your worth. Don't feel bad for wanting to charge what you feel you are worth, especially if you have a business, or even if you are going for a job and it's a job interview and maybe there's a way for you to negotiate pay raise. Don't be like, oh, I'm fine with whatever. No, if you feel like you deserve this, say that. You know, it's all about speaking. It's all about letting people know what you want. Don't be ashamed of saying, I want this. I kind of get that vibe with the moon, this moon degree. Like you're ashamed of saying what you want, or you feel guilty about telling somebody, like, no, I don't want that. This is what I want, and this is what I expect from you. Nothing wrong with that. It's good boundaries. Okay. So yeah. Oh, there was someone else who is Kyra still in here? I just came across my mind. I think that was her name. Kyra. I don't know if you're still in here, Kyra. But if you are, remind me of that degree, because my lord. Okay, Celeste. You are a Libra sun in rising, Sagittarius moon, 29 degrees. My lord, all these Sagittarius placements. I might as well just keep that page open. In Libra. Sagittarius, 29 degrees. Oh, that's Scorpio. Where are you? Okay. Secretive, intuitive, independent character. One relies on one's great intellectual capacities and broad knowledge. The path chosen probably includes hardships and requires sustained efforts, time, and concentration. Success and wealth can be achieved in the iron and steel industry, the research of new alloys, or in archaeology. Jewelry. You actually may get wealth in jewelry. Um, Something about photography is coming up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't have an eye for photography, but could even be entertainment. It doesn't have to be entertainment in terms of like acting, but it could be like podcasting. You get what I'm saying? It may be industries like that when it comes to this 29th degree. But I ain't gonna lie to you, girlfriend. You ain't gonna have early success. You may not get it until middle age or older. You, especially with that 29th degree there, because you have to go through some things. You have to go through up and downs in your career. So for you specifically, don't get caught up in looking at everybody else's success right now and wondering, like, what are you doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. This ain't your time, you know? So don't be so hard on yourself about that, because it's gonna happen. Okay, but like I said, those particular careers seem like they will be good for you in terms of if you're looking to reach a different level of success. I really get strongly jewelry or like selling cars or like car dealerships. I know, I mean, I guess women can own car dealerships, but that's what I totally get. Okay. Um mm-hmm. Um Couponer. Hey, that was a show on TLC. They don't have that show anymore. It was extreme couponing. Woo! Those people were crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay? Crazy. Yeah. Some of the things that they are doing to save a buck is mind blowing. Okay. Um, I think on one episode, like had to be way back. I think this woman was like subjecting her husband to share the same bath water. She's like, oh no. I think she was like telling him that he takes a bath or gets in the tub after she gets out the tub so that they can save on the water bill. Um, I remember that. Oh, it's so crazy. Okay, anyway, always grinding. I've been talking to you forever. Okay, Jupiter and Pisces in the sixth house. Jupiter, Pisces, sixth house, 11th degrees. Okay. Jupiter and Pisces. Okay, whoa. Which actually, in a sense, is in its own sign. Jupiter is comfortable in Pisces, technically, because its original ruler is Jupiter, but also in Vedic, there is no Neptune. Okay, there's no Neptune planet in Vedic. So technically, Jupiter is associated with Pisces. Okay, so it should be comfortable there. So it should be something good, but we'll see what the degree says. Um, okay, what is this? All right. Okay, maybe not, but it seems good. Indecisive, anxious, and ambitious character. If one is born in a wealthy family, after a reversal of fortune, one strives to recover one's social status. If one has modest origins, one is capable to rise to an important position and to achieve some degree of fame. In both cases, one must not aim at the top since the degree indicates limitations, and any attempt to reach the summit results in accidents or health conditions. So your husband may work too hard. Yeah, especially with that sitting in the sixth house of work. So they may overwork themselves to the point where it causes health issues. Okay, but they may be a Libra. I don't know why, but your husband may be an air sign or Virgo, or they may have Virgo qualities, which would make sense over analyzing. Okay, some Virgos can be indecisive. I don't care what they say. But yes. But it's like I feel like your husband will be somebody where they will try to do everything at once. They may have their hands in a lot of different things, but it may not turn out good because they may lose a lot. Okay, but also this person could possibly come from a wealthy family, but there may have been some type of scandal that may have took away the wealth, or it may have served as some type of, I don't know, maybe they had to move to another city and start over because somebody did something stupid. Okay. um yeah, I kind of like do get that vibe, like workaholic type of energy here. They want to do everything. They want to have their hands in multiple things. They may be a mutable, no, not mutable. They may be a cardinal sign, and that's why I said I was getting Libra, because Libra, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn are the cardinal signs. So yeah, I keep getting Libra, so it's very strong. Okay. Try to make sure there's nothing else. I ain't gonna lie to you. This person may be a liar. Like the way that they may get you may be based off of a lie. They may try to pump themselves up and be like, oh, I have this, oh, I have that. And then you get entangled into it and you just like, you ain't got shit. That's how I feel when it comes to your husband. I feel like they're going to pretty much try to, I don't know, smoke and mirrors. That's what I get when it comes to this person. 11th degree, what degree is that? I think I'm getting good at this. 11th degree is an Aquarius degree. So, like I said, an air sign, but also Aquarius is what? I don't really I don't really feel like that you will meet this person through your friends. You could, but you may meet this person through work. But I really feel like that this person will come across like they're trying to impress everybody, but they really don't have as much as what they say. So I would say you have to be careful in like research. You need to research. Okay. Ollie, I don't. Ollie, what did you ask? I don't know what you asked. I don't know if you said something before. I don't know if you emailed me. I don't know. I'm lost. But anyway, um, I mean that's very interesting. Okay, Tia. Oh wait, sorry. Hold on. Jamina. Taurus Sun, 15 degrees. I'm only gonna look up one of these, so I'll just go with the Taurus Sun. Taurus Sun, 15 degrees. But for those of you, remember I talked to some of you while I'm looking this up. If you remember, I talked about to me, I feel like the second house can be a house of passive income. Maybe some of you guys can look at your second house and see what ways you could possibly make passive income. It may work for some of you. Like, I guess I'll just use, I don't know. I'll use somebody as an example. I don't know. What a good example. It'll come to me. But anyway. 15 degrees Taurus, Jamina. Refined, pleasant, and thoughtful character. One is blessed with many financial profits and happiness in love in the first part of life. It is necessary to be very careful because unexpected events or unsuspected enemies may be the cause of ruin and sorrow. It almost makes me think with that 15th degree, you may assume that everybody is your friend, or you may assume that I don't know. You may possibly assume that everybody has your best interest at heart. But also with this energy here about like you may get your success early on, but you may struggle with it whenever you get older. But I feel like a lot of that has to deal with planning because was that 15th degree is a Gemini degree, so that would make sense. Backstabbing. Someone may stab you in the back and kind of like steal from you, especially if you bring this person around you and they see you go from here to here. It's almost like they will be plotting secretly, but it may be years in the making. So they may be plotting against you for like 5-6 years or 10-12 years. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful about inviting just any old body into your energy or assuming that people want to be your friend because that may not necessarily be the case. Okay. But almost with that unexpected events, I don't know why I get like unexpected financial situations that pop up. It could be things that you may have set aside. It could even possibly be like maybe even like debt. So it could be one of those things where you may possibly, what's the word? Let's say maybe you get a credit card. You max it out. You let it go. You don't pay it off. Years later, boom, bill. You're being sued because you didn't pay out the credit card. So I would just say you have to be careful about that. Okay. But that's just what I feel. But also Gemini is what? Third house. Oh, it's going to be a sibling. That's going to be the person that's going to stab you in the back. Or it's going to be somebody that you meet on the internet who tries to be your friend, but they're not really your friend. And you remember, that's what I said. If somebody sees you go from here to here, that would make sense because, oh yeah, you probably don't need to share what you're doing on the internet. That's what brings in these friends. Okay. Yeah, that's a Gemini degree. I mean, unless Geminis cause you heartache, I don't know. But yes. Oh, you're welcome. Ali, I'm not answering any I'm not doing any free readings right now in terms of that. I'm just doing like astrology stuff at the moment. Well, 0 degrees is a pure degree because it's 0. Yep. Wait, hold on. There's somebody else that said something. Where are you? I remember saying Tia, yes. Did I do you? No, I didn't. You were next. Tia, Pisces 15 degrees. 30 seconds, huh? So 15 degrees. Pisces. Jupiter in Pisces. $15. What time is it? 4:44, huh? 15 degrees. Okay, so Tia, 15 degrees, Jupiter, Pisces. Okay, so caring, shrewd, and vigilant character, driven by strong maternal, paternal instincts. One does not hesitate to dedicate one's intellectual and financial resources to the success of one's children. I totally get where this is going. With determination, patience, and tenderness, one works hard to ensure that they have a bright future. This degree also describes a very protective and understanding leader. So your spouse will definitely be somebody when you guys have kids, or if there's kids involved, kids first, you're after. I totally get that, because that's where that maternal paternal instincts are coming from. So, and you may possibly feel a way about that because you may feel like that this person maybe doesn't care, or they don't feel like that you're important, but to them they see is like kids are the future. So that's where my focus is going. I'm not saying this person won't care, but I don't know why I'm just getting that whenever it pertains to this 15th degree Pisces pertaining to like your spouse. Okay. They may, it's like 15 degrees Gemini, isn't it? That I was about to say, they may have like this dual type of character. So they could be really sweet. They're like a Sour Patch Kid, really sweet and irritating, or cold and mean. I ain't gonna lie. But that they may be that way with you. I don't feel like they're gonna be that way with the kids. The kids are probably gonna get that caring side, like maybe majority of the time, and you may get both. It's not saying they're a bad person, but I mean, maybe they just they may be like that because maybe they didn't necessarily have a family growing up, so they may possibly be trying to make the family that they wanted, if that makes sense. Okay. Um, but you don't have to worry about wondering if this person is going to protect you, because I feel like that won't necessarily be a problem. This may possibly be somebody where they may give the offer that you don't have to work, because I don't know why I'm getting this vibe of them like being like the breadwinner. They could be. It may not be all the money in the world, but you may have the ability there where you don't have to worry about, going to a job. You may be able to stay at home with the kids. But with that being said, they're going to expect things a certain way. Oh, and by the way, speaking of kids, this person actually may be a twin, or if you have kids with this person, probably twins. Twins could be coming. Okay. Your cat is oh, your cat is up. Who was that I just did? That was Tia, right? I'm pretty sure. Yes. Mhm. So I don't really see it as a bad thing. It's just like they will be a damn good father. I really feel they will be a really good father, which that's admirable, honestly, because it's hard being a parent. But no, I mean, that's just how it is. So that could be, so for you, you may possibly get like a little jealous, like in a way, just because of how they are towards the kids. But I would say don't take it personally. That's just how they are. Of course, they're gonna get older, and that's not always gonna be the case anymore. So, and I almost get this energy here where it's almost just like if you guys have kids, they may be one of those people where they're kind of just like the kids can stay as long as they like. I get that. They're like, the kids can stay as long as they like. And you may be like, no, the kids have to go. And they're just like, no, I said they can stay as long as they like. Oh, gosh. That's just too funny. It's too funny to me. Oh, you're dating a twin. How interesting. I just said that they may be a twin. I'm getting good at this. Ah. But I think that's probably will be why you fall in love with them, because they are such a good parent. I really feel like that. So if the person you're dating isn't really that great of a parent, and then no, because that's good for you. So it's like your kids will definitely have like a stable father, which is so amazing. Who doesn't want to have a stable father? Because that's important. Okay. Um. Um. Good question, Julissa. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the times, I still don't trust it 100%. Because I mean, just me personally, I feel like I could totally be a lot better than what I am when it comes to readings and stuff like that. But I don't know if it's just something within me that holds me back from pushing that boundary, or maybe I'm just afraid of going too far. It could be. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what, maybe as I get older, I'll get like a lot better at that. But right now, I still struggle with that. I have no problem admitting that, because I still, it's still a little bit of a difficulty for me. I'm working on it, but like tapping into other people's energy and like reading into their lives in terms of what they're going through is kind of scary, because it's like it's like a lot of power to put in one's hands. And that's why it really infuriates me when people assume that this is like a damn bow that you just pop on your head every day and it's an accessory. No, this energy work and stuff like that is not an accessory at all. The shit's tough, because you're not only dealing with your own energy, you're dealing with the other people's energy that you're reading for. And not to mention, if they're bringing somebody else into the situation and you're trying to read in between the lines. So it is it's a struggle even for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I'm just like, what? Why am I even doing this? To be honest with you, because it's hard stuff, and I don't like to be the person that gives bad news. But I guess somebody has to do it. So I don't really trust. I mean, I do, but something will come to me. I'm like, that sounds ridiculous. But then it'll be like in a personal reading, and then one of you guys emails me, and then you'll say exactly what I was thinking, and I'll be like, man, why didn't I just say that? It could be a part of me where like sometimes I get stuck and not wanting to say the wrong thing. So that could be possibly something. Um, but I'm still working on it now. This is a learning process, and that's what everybody has to get. Even for those of you that want to go into something like this, it's a learning process. Don't expect yourself to have it immediately, especially if you're trying to get into the energy of, um, you know, full blown readings or astrology or, energy healing or all that. It is difficult. Just take time. Don't try to push yourself. Don't try to force yourself. Don't try to model yourself after somebody else, because then that's how you fuck up too, if you're trying to be like somebody else. And it's okay to like somebody's reading style, but the whole point of um you being you is to create your own lane. Don't try to go after somebody else's style and try to make it your own, because it's not original. You're not sticking to who you are. So I'm still working on it, Julissa. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still working on it. Okay, it is difficult even still today. It's just difficult, but um, you know, hopefully I'll get better in my old age. Hopefully. Um Colette, you may be, because um there is like a set time that astrologers can use if somebody doesn't necessarily know their full date of birth. It will be better. I mean, if somebody doesn't know their full time of birth, it would be better if you did. But if you don't, it's not the end of the world. We can at least look at like your moon. you know, your moon sign, see what your moon is in, or at least look at your sun and get maybe what degree that is in. So you don't have to necessarily know your full time of birth. It would be best if you did, but if you don't, it's okay. As long as you know where you were born. Now, if you don't know where you're born, I can't help you there. Okay. But yes, we can still possibly figure it out, you know? Well, well, I'm gonna be me. So how I am on my YouTube readings is exactly the way I am in my personal readings. Okay, I'm very transparent. Okay, so if I'm cussing in my YouTube readings, I'm pretty much cussing in my personal readings. But that's just me. So don't assume like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna get. You know exactly what the fuck you're gonna get. Okay, I'm straight across the board. Okay, so yep. um Okay, Laura, you asked about 0 degrees, didn't you? Mm-hmm. What degree is your sun? You're not saying. Is it in Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Cancer, Air? I don't really get which one do I get a lot? I don't get a lot of Capricorns. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't get a lot of Capricorns. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. um Yeah, but Laura, what degree is that in? 0 degrees is like you're like a baby. You're coming in with a fresh diaper at that 0 degree. Pisces, okay, Pisces 5 degree. Okay, now we're going to 5 degree. 5 degree is a Leo degree, which is can be a degree of fame. And okay, normally it is. Yeah. Pisces 5 degree for Laura. Okay. So, oh yeah, it sure is. Good looking out. Withdrawn, hardworking, and proud character. In most cases, a serious reversal of fortune wreaks havoc on the family. I feel like your parents may have possibly gotten divorced, or I don't know why I get kind of like this. I don't know why I get that energy like somebody going at each other's throats, but finances are involved. Anyway, one is too proud to seek assistance from friends and prefers to restart from scratch alone with determination and patience. One knows that time and hard work are the keys to success, and one leaves nothing to chance in one's endeavors to regain one's social status and wealth. This demanding task is facilitated if in the natal chart the second or the seventh house is strong, or if Jupiter or Venus is in Pisces. Oh, Tanya, I forgot about your Jupiter. Okay. You did give me that. I had to remember. Anyway, so with that, like I said, I'm totally getting the vibe of like divorce, or it may even possibly be like a divorce or a big separation when it comes to like a relationship, a love relationship in your life. Okay, but you may have issues asking for help. But also, I don't know why I get this vibe of like moving. Maybe you will do good in a place that is away from where you grew up, if that makes sense. Because from what I'm picking up here, if I break it down, I feel like it's like you may have better luck in like maybe a place where maybe nobody knows you. So I feel okay. But pretty much also like the success or the stability maybe will be coming to you after, well, whenever you get older. Okay. It's like and this success may come after you've had to rebuild from scratch. So I'm gonna give you an example. You may be in a job for like 10 years, then all of a sudden, boom, you get a letter on your desk, and they're just like, well, we gotta let you go because we're downsizing, and our CEO may have gotten caught with his pants down with one of the coworkers, so now we gotta clean house. So now we gotta clean house. I mean, it's not funny, but the example was terrible. But so it may be one of those things here where you may have to start all the way from scratch and rebuild off of losing a 10-year career at a job because of just life. But it's not like you can't do it. So, it may be one of those things here where the success that you're looking for may come after you may come after you have to like lose something. And I hate to be brutal about it, but that's just what I get. Okay. Um, but okay, so Tanya, I need to go back and pick up your Jupiter because I know you left it. I know you left it. I have to find it. Your cat. Oh boy, you know what? Maybe in my old age I'll get a cat. Maybe not. Oh. There you go. Oh, Jupiter in Capricorn in 1 degree. Okay. Oh, well, Tanya, if you ever decide to get married, you will have a good marriage. Like Jupiter in the fifth house is actually a good placement whenever it pertains to like marriage. You will have like a loyal spouse. Thank God, you know, with all these shenanigans going on these days. But let's read what 1 degree Capricorn is. Okay. Futile, restless, and indecisive character. Huge efforts are made even though the task requires none. Owing to procrastination, nice opportunities are missed. Furthermore, many good initiatives are doomed to failure for lack of perseverance. Life is most likely to unfold in sadness unless one decides to become serious and display tenacity straight away. So, again, like I said, I still, if you decide to get married to this person, because that is your Jupiter, I still see the energy here of, like I said, a loyal partner. Now, they may be a little lazy. They may be somebody where you have to push them, to be like, so you may have to be like somewhat of a coach, I would say. So I'm not saying you have to be brutal towards them, but they may need somebody where they need an extra push. Okay. But it could go in a way where it's like, this person may have a life where they've been lazy and complacent, and then they meet you, and now all of a sudden they want to pick it up. They want to do better because they don't want you to leave them. It can go in reverse like that because I've seen it happen that way. Okay. But also, I feel like this person will be somebody who they have a lot of start and stop projects, start and stop, start and stop. They never really finish what they start. Okay. But if they could make a decision and finish what they start, then I feel like it will be good. Okay. But I ain't gonna lie to you. You probably will be the one that has the financial stability in this marriage. I'm just being honest, okay? I totally feel that. But I don't know. It could work out for good. Okay? Miriam, I don't know if you're still in here. I don't know who I said I was supposed to do, but if I get sidetracked, I'm sorry. 20 degrees Scorpio Venus. Okay. Tenacious, passionate, agile character. Since one cannot bear any form of constraint, one is determined to struggle for freedom, one's own as well as that of other people. Youth is plagued by hardships, but the sufferings undergone in early life turn to a powerful spur to later become, it's like a beautiful butterfly, later become a brilliant champion of law and social reforms. One may also be an excellent acrobat. So maybe you used to like gymnastics, or maybe, yoga. You could possibly be a yoga teacher. Or maybe, you could try. Okay? Because what is the 20th degree? That's Virgo. Nope. No. 20th degree is actually a Scorpio degree. So that degree is at home when it comes to that 20th degree. So it's not bad. Okay? But you also have to work on boundaries, especially when it comes to your relationships. Okay? Also, have an open mind. With this 20th degree in Scorpio, I almost get this energy here where it's like you could be okay with a partner who has a side chick. Or you could be okay with a partnership where you both end up leading your own separate lives, but maybe you guys just decide to marry for finances. I mean, I'm not saying this is your spouse, but I'm just saying I kind of get this vibe with this energy here, especially with it being attached to Venus. Okay. Or you may end up being a side chick, but you may totally be okay with that because it's less commitment, less headache, So again, but you also have to be careful about being pulled into third party situations. struggle for freedom, one's own as well as that of other people. I don't really feel like you like rules. So Venus, of course, that's love, but Jupiter to me is normally your spouse for women. Unless you are for the same sex, and I guess we could look at your Venus. But hmm. Well, it says later on in your life you could end up going into law or dealing with social reforms. It kind of like date. I don't know why I'm getting a daycare, like a daycare or something like that that you may end up doing or like maybe building or being a part of whenever you get older. Um, but I also would say for you, you have to stay away from partners who remind you of your childhood. So if you did not have a ideal childhood where it was just a lot of struggle, you have to stay away from partners like that because they'll just repeat the same cycle and you'll be broke out here trying to deal with these people. So you have to be careful about that. Even if you had a good upbringing growing up, I feel like it's this energy here where you have to possibly get a partner that sees the other side of the coin. You have to get a partner who maybe grew up differently so that it creates that balance, you know? So could be opposites attract. No, I feel like you may do that when you get older. I'm not saying right now, but I feel like when you get older, I feel like you may fall into that. But you I hope we're talking about the same thing. Um Yeah, I mean, it almost gives me a vibe of like polyamory. I mean, I don't know, cause I don't know. You may get into that. um. Oh Lord, my Lord. Okay, look, Latinia. I know you've been shouting at me. I'm sorry if I keep pulling. I'm sorry if I keep flashing over you. I'm sorry about that. Um, Latinia, Capricorn Moon. What are you? 12 degrees. Okay. I think I talked about this before. The 12th degree can be a degree of loss. Not saying that it can be all bad, but it's not the most positive degree. Just saying. Okay. It's let's just say the 12 degrees, if you have 12 degrees in your chart, let's just say maybe you should attend to those degrees more in terms of working through those issues. You get what I'm saying, okay? Anyway, so Capricorn 12 degrees. Aggressive, sarcastic, and manipulative character with divide and rule as a motto. One stirs up arguments and fights, and one instills distrust and suspicion, supposedly in order to help people discover the truth, but actually to favor one's self-interest. If the natal chart indicates high moral principles, one puts one's sharp intelligence at the service of public good. You see? So for you, your moon may be a planet that you need to pay special attention to because based on this energy here, it's almost just like if you're going through life and you're being a little bit manipulative, maybe playing the victim a little bit, not saying you are, but the way I'm seeing it is a degree of one to play the victim. So if you are doing that, it's going to come to a point where somebody is going to get you back and they're going to get you good. And it is just going to not fare up well for you. Okay. So you have to be careful about using those tactics to get what you want, or pretty much, let's just say it, you have to be careful about not being a snake, especially emotionally speaking, or tied to females. It could be one of those things where you may end up using females in some type of way. I don't know in what way that could be. Oh, okay. Because Capricorn, that would make sense. Capricorn is Saturn, and that's your moon placement. And you can look on my website. I did a reading. I did a blog about Saturn and the moon. You can look there to get more details because I did talk about this, how there's just a sense of uncomfortability there. Okay. I don't know if you had any issues with your mom. Maybe this degree of loss actually pertains to your mom in some type of a way. So it could be one of those things here where the way your mom was towards you emotionally could be the way that you are being towards other people in relationships or just in general, and maybe you don't realize it. Okay. Because yeah, maybe your mom ruled with the iron fist. I don't know if maybe you grew up in maybe your mom was a single mom. Okay. But yes. So it's like one of those things where you just have to be careful about doing things just for you and you only. Not saying you can't, but let's just say ill intentions. You have to be careful about that. Because also was the 12th degree is Pisces, so the degree of Neptune of illusion, so that totally would make sense. But I really feel like maybe whenever you got older, you started to realize that your mom isn't who you thought she was. I don't know why I'm getting that. Or this actually could represent, do you stay too long in relationships? Because with that elusive type of energy tied to the moon is almost just like it's like you're lost in a fantasy world. I don't know. Or you get lost in the fantasy world when it comes to emotions. Okay? Yeah, so you have to be careful about that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. J Manuel. Sagittarius 21 degrees. Let's look and see what we got here. Okay. Aggressive, quarrelsome, and nasty character. It is absolutely necessary to keep violent instincts tightly reined in, lest the most terrible disasters happen. 21 degrees Sagittarius. So honestly, you may find your luck in military or prison or places that require I ain't gonna lie. Um really detective, like CSI, Law and Order. You may find your luck in careers like that because it requires this demeanor of like emotions get left out the window. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of like get that, especially with the aggressive, quarrelsome, and nasty character. And then, like I said, with it being at a Jupiter degree, Jupiter is law. So I don't know what house this is in, but I kind of get that. So I don't know. Um, So yeah, that might be where you actually may find your career path in the law or government. I ain't gonna lie, Jack. You may be a good politician because politicians lie. So you may possibly be able to lie with a straight face. I'm just saying, I kind of get that vibe with that 21 degrees Sagittarius. You can lie with straight face. Just lie right to them. And they be like, oh my God, you're so believable. And you like, nah, that was a lie. Okay. But I'm only doing 1 degree. Who else was I looking at? Oh, Astro Matrix is a good one. Astro Matrix is a good one. Oh, Paranormal T, you left some. There you go. Scorpio rising 23rd degree. All right, Scorpio 23rd degree. Okay, adaptable, simple, and honest character. Although one works for a living, one deeply enjoys it. I don't got a girlfriend, whoever you are. You used to be a politician in your past life. Or you were married to a politician, especially with you being in Scorpio rising. So what is that aspect in the seventh house? I wouldn't be surprised. Or you may follow that path during this lifetime where you may actually end up dealing with somebody who has political aspirations, but this is a degree of a statesman. So you may have actually served on like the royal court or the high court in your past life. Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's a Aquarius degree. Yep. So that's the degree of humanitarians. Either that or you may have been like a pope, a priest. Because we also have Saturn. I strongly feel like it just gives me king. Maybe you were a guy in your past life. And you have Saturn in its own sign. So that's good. And it's in the second house. Girl, you hide your wealth. I feel that. You hide your wealth, or people wouldn't even have a clue that you have a lot of money, because that Saturn in the second house can be somebody where you may, even though you may have the money to go buy like a Bentley, you're gonna settle for a Honda or a Jeep because you don't want, maybe you're not flashy. Very humbling type of energy I'm getting. And it's not bad. But yeah. Yeah, that Saturn in the second house it's not terrible. But I totally get it's one of those people where it's like it may be one of those people where they're sitting on like where they have land, and beneath that land is like a whole shit ton of oil. And somebody comes up to them like, I'm gonna pay you $1 billion to get access to your oil. But nobody ever knows that that happened. So if you have any degree in your chart at 23 degrees Scorpio, that's actually a damn good degree, because you could be like on top. Anybody, some of you guys seen Top Model, the theme song when she's like, you want to be on top? That's that degree right there. Scorpio 23 degrees. See, I'm telling you something. So you came over kind of lucky. And with that being, you probably had a rich life in your past life, but it may, like I said, it may have been through your partner, your spouse. So I wouldn't be surprised if you possibly go that route again. I guess if it worked, but then again, you wouldn't have reincarnated again if you did everything right. So maybe you have to do something different in this lifetime. Who knows? Okay. But yes. It's kind of funny to me, honestly, because Jeffree Star has that degree. He's he's big, right? Because he's 23 degrees Scorpio. So that's an example. Okay. That is correct. That is other. Oh, I got it. This may be too far fetched, but I got it. With that ATOS and Jupiter, it's like either your family may possibly be rich, or there may possibly be, this is just my opinion, there may possibly be somebody in your family who is rich, and they may pass you down their money, even if you aren't necessarily like their child. Or it could be like your father or something like that. But also we're talking about Jupiter, which could be lawsuits. So you actually may become like financially stable through a lawsuit. Unfortunately, could be medical malpractice, because we're talking about eighth house, the house of death. And I don't know why I'm getting medical malpractice, or almost getting this energy here. You may marry somebody older, and by the time they pass away, they leave you a fortune. There you go. You get left an empire for doing nothing. Okay. It's kind of funny, but I could almost see that happening. And I don't even know you, but I'm just, I kind of feel that. There it is right there. That's exactly what happens. A lawsuit could happen somewhere, somehow, and they got to pay up probably more than they're willing to accept. Honestly, I just got 4.4 million. Who the fuck's floor are you slipping on? I don't know. But I totally get that. But I really feel like that inheritance will actually come through a marriage. I really do feel like that. I don't feel like it could happen where you may fall on somebody's floor and they have to pay up. Okay, but I really feel marriage with that. All right. But if you have, like I said, if you have that Scorpio degree, that could be for anybody. Anybody, if you have that 23 Scorpio degree, that could be for you. Or if you have Jupiter in the eighth, that could possibly be for you as well. Okay. I just really feel like it's definitely gonna come through a lawsuit. But yeah, in the house of Scorpio. So that's why I say it's probably marriage, because the house of like sex, Um Oh, I don't want to tell you the other thing, because then you may abuse it. So yeah, because Or maybe I should. If you abuse it, that's on you. You know those little things that they have going around where it's like magic. Is it called a is it it's like a it's not a pentagram, or you know what I'm saying? I can't think of what it's called because my new logo I got is one of those, but I can't think of what it's called. It'll come to me. But it's like magic that they do. It's on YouTube somewhere where they like damn, they're like writing stuff inside the circle or something like that. No, what is it called? Shit. Now I'm gonna have to go to my Etsy. What is that damn thing called? Because I saw somebody doing that before. It's the what is it called? A sigil. Woo! No, not pendulum. Sigil magic. They have videos about that on YouTube. And with that Jupiter being the eighth house, maybe I'm just going in a little bit too far, but I see this energy here where you may get a lump sum of money by doing something through sigil magic. I guess it's kind of like scripting, but yeah, see, my logo is a sigil because the girl be thinking. So because Prince did sigil magic with his logo. His logo is sigil magic. Nobody really paid attention to that, do they? So imagine why he was who he was. It was all in the symbol. Okay. But yeah, so I learned that through that. Crazy, isn't it? But it's all about symbolism. So for you with that Jupiter being in that house, okay, you could possibly use that. I mean, of course, you have to be mindful what you ask for as well, because you may use sigil magic and then you may lose somebody really important to you. And even though you may get money, you can't replace people. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to be very careful about this. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but also for those of you that have businesses, I would recommend getting a sigil. Like I said, I got one. Seems to be working pretty well. It seems to be working pretty well. And I will give you the name of the Etsy shop that I got it from, because also my fiance got one too, because I told him about it. Seems to be working pretty well for him. And he doesn't even really believe in it. And he's been getting pretty good things, okay, by this sigil magic. So it seems to work, okay. But of course, it's all about the intention behind it, okay. But yes, all right. So for those of you, like I said, if you have business and stuff like that, it probably be good for you. A good symbolism. I got mine off of Etsy. They did a really good job, you know. So yeah. I meant to share that with you guys whenever I got it done, but I guess it just slipped my mind until now when I thought about the Jupiter in the eighth house. Okay. So yep. I'll have, like I said, I have to find it and post it, you know. So but I say you have to be careful with that, because from what I saw in those sigils, you have to use like bodily fluids. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said you got to be careful with that, because you know some lines just shouldn't be crossed. But I mean, I guess it depends on the person, really. Because somebody possibly with Neptune in the eighth house could probably get away with doing black magic. Normally magicians have Neptune in the eighth house. Okay, so you may be able to get away with it. Okay, I'm just saying. So yeah. So that was a fun fact for you. Okay. So but I also would say, if you are wanting to YouTube that and try that, do not sit up there and be like, I want $1,000,000, because you don't know what comes with that $1,000,000. You know, you don't know if it may take out your parents or a child. That's you know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. You have to be very mindful about certain things. You can't dip into everything. Some people have no regard or respect when it comes to the other side, and that's why I'm saying you have to do your research. I'm not telling you not to, but I'm saying at least study it first and then go on from there. I'm not saying it's all bad. Me personally, after doing research, I don't think I would do it, but that's just me personally, because I was doing fucked up shit in a past life. Hence why I decided in this lifetime to be a white witch, because in a past lifetime I was damning everybody to hell. So so I have to be careful, but you may not have to be. Okay? Just saying. You piss me off in a past life, fuck you. I'm giving you a one-way ticket to hell, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Okay? So I had to be careful. But yeah, Neptune in the eighth, you can be really good, I feel like, with black magic. That's just what I feel. Because there was somebody else's chart that I looked at who had, but anyway, most David Blaine, I think, has Neptune in the eighth. Um, well, this is just a conspiracy theory, but Michael Jackson has Neptune in the eighth, and there's a conspiracy theory about him possibly diddling and dabbling in certain things. Okay, or David Copperfield, I think he has Neptune in the eighth. Okay, um, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. uh, so yeah, definitely that placement is something that you have to be careful with. Oh yeah, we actually come from the same bloodline, Jaleesa. Okay, not a lot of, well, yeah. Nobody knows that because my auntie is his my aunt is his, who is it? Not his sister. Not his sister. Yes, sister's like cousin or something like that. But yeah, because his family's from Arkansas. And my family is from the same part of Arkansas, you know. So yep. So of course he's a witch. Because we come from, we may have been brewed from the same pot. Okay. So yeah, that's how I know. Careful. Careful. Okay. Yep. I don't know much about Neptune in the 11th. I'm gonna have to do my research. Yes, Malia, I do past life readings. Yes, I do. I know exactly what you're trying to say. I do that. They're on my website. Um, mm-hmm. Because oh yeah, my mom definitely got that side of the pool because she can like sing her ass off. I'm like, lady, what, you decide to be just a mom? Okay, but good for you. Okay, she can sing her ass off. It's crazy. I'm like, oh yeah. Um, who is this? Patea. Is that how you say your name? Moon in Libra, 13 degrees. But as parents, we make sacrifices, and we're just like, well, Lord, my life may be a little over right now. But it's okay. Anyway, so Libra, 13 degrees, moon. Okay, so hidden behind Drake. Oh, no, 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 no. Scratch that. Shrewd, subtle, manipulative character endowed with numerous gifts, including artistic and acting skills. One is capable of simulating a wide range of feelings in order to reach one's goals, both in the professional and the effective spheres. In most cases, one is driven by self interest. So you probably can cry on cue. So acting would probably be good for you because you may go through a range of different emotions. It reminds me of America's Next Top Model. I don't know who that was, but she was like crying because she thought she wasn't gonna make it, and then Tyra announced her name, and then she snapped out of it like, "Ooh, it's my time." It's like, so you may possibly have this wide range of emotions that you may use to your own benefit to help you get somewhere. Okay, or maybe your mom was bipolar, or I would say maybe you possibly struggle with depression, or maybe you are bipolar, or there may be a female that, maybe it's a grandma, I don't know, that possibly was bipolar. So I don't know why I get this vibe of like maybe somebody passed down how they are emotionally to you. If that makes sense. Mhm. So, yeah. Oh. So you have to be careful of using your emotions to get what you want. Like I said, you may possibly cry to get what you want, or maybe you did that whenever you were a child, cry to get what you want, and because people don't want to hear you cry, guess what they do? Just give her what the fuck she wants. Okay? Or you have to be careful to not do that as a parent, especially if you have a girl, because it may turn out not so great. Okay. So I would just say you have to be mindful about that, especially when it comes to mothering. So your mothering style may be you don't want to hear them cry. So just give them what they want. Okay. So you have to be careful about that. And also, I feel like it can be a degree where you lack emotional intelligence. I'm just being honest. So you may need to work on being more mindful of other people's emotions. Okay, because what is that? The 13th degree, I think that's a Cancer. No, Aries. Yeah. So the degree of self, the degree of the first house. So you may, that's why I said you have to be like the hangman, see things from another perspective besides how you just want to see it. Looking at the chart. Okay. I'm looking at people are giving me certain planets or degrees in their chart that they want me to look at, and that's what we're doing. So if you have your chart handy, what degree do you want to know about? Jupiter can be a degree where you can see what your husband will be like, but also the house is important. So if you have Jupiter in Scorpio, okay, you may get um I mean, honestly, the spouse may be sneaky, okay, or they may, I don't know why I'm getting like sex, so you may stay married because of the sex. They can have great sex. Okay, they can have great sex. Oh, okay. Pisces and Venus in the 20 Pisces in the 23rd degree. Haven't I already read this? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I actually like doing this if like my soul planet in Vedic actually says I'm supposed to be an astrologer, but I went astrologer or um doing what I'm doing now. It actually says I'm supposed to be initiated. Um I don't know how to do that. But yes. Anyway, Pisces 23rd degree. All right, so assertive, courageous, and discerning character, endowed with physical and intellectual strength. One is free to use one's personal qualities at the service or justice and the collective good, or, on the contrary, in the pursuit of reprehensible goals. In both cases, many hurdles and setbacks disrupt one's happiness and success. However, thanks to one's fortitude, one can overcome ordeals with flying colors. It is in the dark hours of the night that danger lurks. You have to be careful about robbers. I mean, I know that's scary, but I feel like you have to be careful about robbers or like people, like you know how people be selling other people's information on the dark web? You may be somebody who gets like that happens too. Not your fault. Okay. But I would also say whenever it comes to you, hold on, because if I'm on the right path, I think I got it. Aquarius. So do not let your friends use your bank account. Do not get on loans with your friends. Okay. Like if somebody comes to you and they're just like, well, can you co-sign? No, I most certainly cannot. That's just what I feel. Because it also, you also have to be careful of people, really scammers, honestly. I really feel like you have to be careful of scammers, you know? Um, so, trying to see what else can come in here. But it's not some like these things that happen in your life is not something that you can't overcome. But I think, and it's funny that it says in the dark of the night. Is that what it said? In the dark, it is in the dark hours of the night. So I don't know if maybe you are afraid of the dark, or this actually could represent, because that's Saturn. Oh, Saturn is. Did your father leave you? Is your father not around? Somebody is not around, or maybe you really didn't have discipline. So you may lack discipline with this degree, especially whenever it pertains to your finances. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting that. Um, because Saturn can also be poverty. So I feel like this could represent your friends could keep you in poverty. Hmm. But I really feel like this degree has something to do with your dad. Okay, it could be daddy issues. Hmm. Or you know what? You may try to act like a parent to your friends, if that makes sense, but maybe not in the nurturing way. Maybe in the way of you need to listen to me type, like maybe being a little bit controlling, you know. So you have to be careful about this degree. It's not all bad because, of course, this is just things that you have to work through, and that's why I see this. That would make sense. Why I said you may act like somebody's parent because of you being assertive. So you may stick your nose in other people's business that you don't belong in, or it actually could represent you may be over helpful, you may overcorrect, even as um, I mean, this is just my opinion. I don't know if maybe your father wasn't around because their idea of family didn't fit with you or your mom. So I don't know if maybe you still hold on to that in some type of a manner. But if you do, it ain't your fault. It ain't your fault. Okay? Don't be don't try to be what you didn't have growing up in the negative sense. Take that degree, because like I said, it is a Saturnian degree. Take that degree and make it work with you, not against you. So helicopter mom, no mas. No. Okay. Don't be that hard ass because you're gonna lose your kid. I'm not saying in the bad sense. I'm talking about they will distance themselves away from you, and you will be like, "What did I do?" You're not letting them be them. Don't try to live through them because, like I said, with that degree about your dad feeling like, well, you or your mom doesn't fit in with what I feel is acceptable of a family. Maybe this person was too stuck on public appearances because we do have the 11th house, which is humanity. So maybe a friend told them to abandon ship, or it may have been, like I said, maybe somebody in their circle may have said that doesn't look good. Unless we want to go a little bit further, and this was a side chick type of situation that made you. No disrespect, to your mom. I'm just putting the pieces together. Okay. So you have to, like I said, don't because I do get a little bit of brokenness here with this degree. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I talked about in my divine brew. The brokenness don't gotta come from you. You don't have to continue to be broken. You know, you can turn around and this child, even if you are a single parent, you could turn around and this child be like, you know what? My mom or dad was amazing because you've worked on your issues. And that's all it's about. Nobody's asking you to be perfect. You ain't going to get it right the first time when it comes to being a parent. I don't know all there is to know about being a parent, but I know I'm different than when I was whenever Brooklyn was born because I'm learning to step into the energy that they're their own people. And as much as I may want them to be like me and have my responsibility, I have to let them carve their own path. Yes, it may suck and it may want me to pull my hair out, but at the same time, they are human. Okay, so I feel like I'm a lot different than when I was in parenting sense when it comes to Brooklyn and baby Kaden. I also feel like I've calmed down a lot when it comes to like being a parent too, because when it's your first child, everything scares you to death. You're like, oh my God, don't do this, oh my God, don't do that. I mean, of course, give or take, I'm not gonna let you do certain stuff, but how will they learn if they don't experience it? I think I've gotten into that mode now. How will she know if she doesn't experience it? I can't protect you from everything, you know? And so, yeah, don't be afraid. If you're having a baby, congrats on the baby, by the way. But yeah, just use it to your advantage. Don't use it to your detriment. Colette, you got something for me. Sun in Cancer at 13 degrees. That's the politician degree. Especially, it's like, I know that for sure. Another politician degree, because that's like government office. So you may possibly be interested in law. Hold on. Let me get to it so I can read you exactly what it says. But that's actually a really good degree, especially when it comes to money. All right. Intelligent, serious, and determined character. One has a keen interest in plants, precious gems, and metal, and all matters related to astronomy and space, including rockets and spaceships. Maybe you wanted to go like space camp, something like that, whenever you were little. Okay. Or maybe space, Mars. Maybe that really fascinates you. Speaking of that, your past life may have been in a different galaxy. So, for all you Avengers fans out there, remember in Avengers Endgame, whenever they galaxy jumped to where Thanos was at, and Thanos was on another planet that looked just like Earth, except it was in another galaxy? That's probably where you came from in the past life. You know, the more and more I watch Avengers, I ain't mad at Mr. Thanos. I can understand your frustration, sure. Everybody's pissing me off too. But anyway, if so, back to the 13th degree Cancer. If the family belongs to a high social layer, one perpetuates the tradition and increases the inherited wealth. If of modest origins, one distinguishes oneself through one's work and earns a brilliant reputation. This also is a degree for good marriage, by the way. Travels and education are very favored. Um, like you could, like your marriage will actually bring you financial wealth. That's all in this degree. Okay. But anyway, if in the natal chart the midhaven is in conjunction, now the midhaven is, if you're looking at your chart and it's a symbol, it says MH. That's uh short for midhaven. That's the top of your chart. So if this degree is sitting at the top of your chart, it what is it, magnifies this like times 10. So all the good stuff in here gets magnified times 10 if it's at the top of your chart. Okay. But anyway, yeah, if in the natal chart the midhaven is in conjunction with this degree, all good omens are strengthened. If with the moon coli, that's pretty much your fourth house. Let's just say that. Okay. Because at the bottom of your chart, there's a symbol that says IC. It's right above your fourth house. Okay. That's that IC that it's talking about. So if this 13th degree is pretty much on your fourth house, you have to be very careful of drowning. Or not literal drowning. It could be you have to be careful of drowning by your family's expectations. If you do that, you ain't never going to get anywhere. You get what I'm saying? So I love 13th degree in Cancer. It's really, really good. Okay. So yeah, especially if you have this degree at the top of your chart somewhere. So top of the chart would be like what? Like 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th. If you have it like in those houses, I feel like it's really good. But that's just me personally. Okay. Um, Nova, great question. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know. Okay. I have no clue why certain degrees get assigned to certain signs. I mean, of course, 1 degree Aries, that's obvious because the first house is Aries. And then maybe that's why the degrees go with the houses. Hello, we're working on something here. I think I got it. So 1 degree is Aries, 2nd degree is Taurus, and you just go all the way around the chart and then you go around again. You get what I'm saying? So you go all the way from 1 to 12, and then 13 is first house, 14 is 2nd house, 15 is 3rd house. You get what I'm saying? Just make a circle. We got it. We figured it out. We didn't even have to go ask nobody. So yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm telling you, Thanos might be my favorite Avenger now. But anyway, so yes. Well, Colette, in that 13th degree, plants, agriculture, crystals. So you could own a crystal shop. That may work for you. Doesn't have to be actual politics, but I know that 13th degree is a politician's degree. That's just me. Okay, because again, the 13th degree is Aries. You're the leader. Okay, so that's why. There is no 54 degrees. Is there? No. It goes from 1 to 29. You can only go to 54 if we're talking about seconds. Okay. But yeah, we figured that chart out. So start at first house and just count over to 12 and then start again until you get to 29. And that's how you figure out the degrees. Okay. So yeah, you could do like I said, you could do a crystal shop, but honestly, it probably won't do anything until you get married or until somebody comes into your life that is like a mentor, because you don't have to get married for this degree to work, but I feel like somebody is supposed to come into your life to help you with this. And it's not a bad thing because we all need help. I don't know why everybody thinks that we can do it by ourselves. No, hello, you cannot do it by yourself. You need somebody there, even if it's just somebody to say you did good. I'm proud of you. Okay, that still counts. Okay. Oh Lord, those Capricorn are something else. Okay, I'm trying to grab another one. Christine. Iska, I think that's how you say your name. What degree is your Jupiter in? So I can look after I finish with Christine. Christine, Cancer Sun at 10 degrees. Haven't read that one yet. 10 degree is Capricorn. Business as usual. Ambitious, what I say? Ambitious, fanciful, and adventurous character. Undertakings are most likely to be doomed to failure. Decision making must be based on past experiences so as not to avoid the same old mistakes. That makes sense. One may not have the skills required for independent occupation. So it's pretty much saying business probably is a no-go for you. Okay, you may not be able to handle that. It's okay. A business isn't meant for everybody. Okay, it doesn't mean you still can't, do good in your career. It doesn't mean that you can't be a manager or something like that. But it's like when it comes to doing something independent in terms, like I said, businesses and stuff like that, probably just won't be good for you. Okay, but then again, it could be one of those things, depending on what other things you have in your chart. It may not be good for you. Maybe you need a partner and it turns out good, Um, but yeah, so unless the natal chart indicates otherwise, this degree is a portent of ruin and warns against anything related to the sea and water. It's pretty self-explanatory. So you have to be careful about like jet skiing accidents or like if you're going fishing or something like that, or speed boats, stuff like that. But I'm really getting like surfing. I don't know. Like if somebody had this 10 degree Cancer and they were a surfer, I probably would say, are you sure about that? Because for some reason I'm getting like tsunami whenever I'm thinking about 10 degree Cancer. But it almost makes me think of like waves that somebody is riding when it comes to like that sport. So it probably wouldn't be a good idea. But also with that 10 degree Cancer, maybe you're allergic to seafood. I don't know if you are, but or you may have some type of seafood allergy, or you may not realize that it may happen when you get older. Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. You may make bad decisions because you may make the same mistake over and over again because you're not learning from your past mistakes. So you have to be careful about that. Okay. Yeah, see, adventure is good. That's not bad. So like being outside, like being woodsy, because this is a Capricorn degree. So being in earth or dealing with earth would probably be good. So maybe it's like a botanist or something like that, or somebody who deals with plants, or a florist. I don't think that would be a bad idea. I don't know why I'm getting that. Okay. Oh, I see. I figured you had an allergy. It's kind of weird how I picked that up. Yeah, good for you. Christine, stay in that lane. Manager would be good for you, but business no good. You got it right. Okay? But I would just say be careful on the water. Not saying avoid it, but specifically surfing, okay? Or like maybe jet skiing if you're going far, far out. Just careful, I guess, whenever it comes to that, all right? Um Oh, I said somebody else I was gonna do after this. Where are you? Oh, Iska, I asked you about your Jupiter. I sure did, didn't I? What sign is that in? Anyway, you'll pop in. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, who is? Oh yeah, Empress energy. So, well, the nodes technically, the North Node, South Node, their at home placements would be third house and ninth house. I think North Node is ninth house. Excuse me, I think North Node is third house. I could be wrong. Okay. North Node, house. I think that's what you say. Comfortable. I'm pretty sure it's a third. Maybe it's not. I feel like it's the third, but I'm trying to see if that's what it is. Oh my God, they be talking about nothingness. A whole article, 3 damn pages. Nothing. Well, I will figure it out what house the nodes are comfortable in, but I think it is that 3 and 9. I think it is that. I feel like it's true. But I will do research because I don't even really know exactly what to Google for that. I don't know. I don't know if I should. Well, yeah, I do know what to Google. Let me stop acting slow. Okay, what house is the North Node comfortable in? Oh my God. Well, nobody gives me anything. We'll figure it out later. It ain't giving me shit. And I'm irritated. Okay, so like I said, I have to look up that later. But it's yes. Um no more Capricorns. Oh, okay. Who is just me? Who asked for Scorpio? Saturn in Scorpio, 7th house, 28th degree. Oh, my Lord. I had somebody with this. Well, maybe they didn't have this, but I kind of like picked it up when I did somebody's reading the other day where I said, if you have Saturn in your 7th house, you need somebody that's going to fight for you. It's almost like they need to prove themselves. Okay. You can't give in so quickly to these people. They have to prove that they deserve to be with you, period. And when I say prove, they got to jump through some hoops. But if they're willing to jump through those hoops, then it will be good. Because I don't know, maybe with the Saturn there in the 7th house, maybe you settle or maybe you go for less than what you deserve because maybe you feel like that's all you're going to get. No. Okay. But anyway, Scorpio 28th degree. Oh, past it. All right. So, ambitious, intelligent, and clever character, exuding strong magnetism and sex appeal, of course, Scorpio. Personal charm and shrewdness are the keys to success. One does not hesitate to resort to indiscretion and often reveals what is supposed to remain a secret. Oh, Lord, you can't keep a secret. However, if the natal chart indicates great moral integrity, success can be achieved in diplomacy and in all activities requiring mediation and negotiation skills. So pretty much lawyer or yeah. We have Cancer. They say cancers make good lawyers, so I can see that actually. Um But yeah, that's a Cancerian degree of that 28th of that 28 degree Scorpio. So, of course, moon. Are you bisexual? Maybe not. Or maybe you question your sexuality at some point. I don't know why I feel like that. Especially with this sex appeal. Or it could be, if that's not the case, it may be that maybe people assume that you go for the same sex when it comes to relationships. This is just an assumption, okay? It doesn't have to be fact. But I just feel like that. Okay? Um, but also, I mean, let's be honest. With this degree, you could probably use sex to get what you want, if that's what you want to do. Um, yes. Oh Lord. Who am I on? It starts with a J. Scorpio. Just me. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So Scorpio 28th degree is very interesting. I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, Scorpio with 28 degree, like I was to say, I'm trying to keep it G rated, but no. It's like your body parts that mostly people would see during sex. It's like they may be like very pretty. Okay. So I feel like with that degree, you probably have good sex. So that's what I'm saying. You can use sex to get what you want because you may possibly have that special something that just keeps people coming back. So that could be what you may use to your advantage to get what you want. Okay. Of course, please take this with a grain of salt, but I'm just using my intuition on this one. But yes, it is interesting. Um, but diplomacy is like Secretary of State or like what do they call like United Nations type of stuff where you sit, you get like on the board or something like that. That could be where diplomacy comes from with this. Okay. But you also but then again, with you struggling keeping a secret, this may not necessarily be a good thing because you may tell state secrets, so you may become like an enemy of the state, okay, because you're running your mouth, okay. But I'm also getting like a POW. Maybe this was like, depending on where this is at, I don't know if maybe this was like um or you know what? Your mother will tell your secrets. I don't know if maybe your mom is like embarrassing to you, or it's almost like your mom will tell, let's say, for example, you do something stupid as a child that literally is supposed to stay between you and your mom. Here she go blabbering to her friends. Like, can you believe what so and so did? So it's one of those degrees. Okay. So I would just say when it comes to your mom, maybe you shouldn't tell her everything you have going on because she may tell it. She may go to the top of the mountain and tell it to the world. And then here you go. Because also the 28th degree can be a degree of lasting success or fame in your career field, but you will probably lose it on the case of your mom because she gonna tell all your secrets. So it's almost, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's almost like maybe your mom or a female will be that person where they get paid off by tabloids to leak information about what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be careful with that. Okay. Um Colin, that's a good question. It depends because if you have like a lot of planets in masculine energy, I don't know. I don't know how to work that one. I mean, I just don't know. That's a great question. Might have to ask somebody with more experience than me. Okay. Um, well, always grinding. If your third and ninth house are empty, that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with the empty house, but it's not all the way empty because each house is ruled by a sign. You know how first house is Aries, second house is Taurus. So it's not all the way empty. It's still ruled over something. So you could have a Virgo ninth house. Okay. And what is ninth house? Travel, um, education, higher education. So you may want to go to school for a career or a major that is good for Virgos, you know? So it may be one of those. So you're a sun, moon, rising, and Venus, Taurus. Well, Paige, that would be a stellium because, well, maybe. I mean, I think a stellium is three. Maybe it's four. Some people say three. Some people say four. But if you have like three or more personal planets in like one sign, they will consider it as a stellium. Okay, but it also depends on house and also degree. So I don't know. I don't have your chart, but sorry. Jupiter in your 11th house. Tisha, what degree and what sign? So I could tell you. Oh, okay, you told me Cancer. What else? What degree is it in? Correct. Tisha, you got it. That is correct, actually. You are correct. Okay, Ali. And I'm gonna do Ali and then I'll do Iska. I think I got it. Okay, Leo sun 9 degrees, right? Yes, Leo sun 9 degrees. All right, so let's look at your sun. Leo sun 9 degrees. So that 9 degrees is a Sagittarius degree. So you could find luck here, but we're gonna see exactly what it says. Where is it? Okay. Fundamentally courageous and altruistic character. Oh, I already read this one before for somebody. Though short tempered and melancholic, one rarely works to help other people. Yeah. Who was it? No, it wasn't you. Was it Zelma that you had 9 degrees Leo, where I talked about that you have to be careful whenever, or maybe it wasn't you. It was somebody where I said you have to be careful whenever it pertains to doing favors for people and not getting paid. So you may be somebody where it's just like, oh, it's okay if you don't pay me back. No, you don't need to do that when it comes to this degree because you're going to be broke. Okay. And I know you don't want to be broke. I'm not saying be like harsh. Okay. But this also is a degree where it's almost just like you may be someone where spiritual enlightenment is how you feel rich. You know, you may not feel rich by money, but you may feel like as long as I'm spiritually enlightened, as long as I am, at a higher vibration, I am rich. You maybe want, so it kind of honestly, I really feel like this degree is like monk or nun. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe you come across as like a monk, or maybe in like your one of your past lives, you were maybe like a monk. But think about it, they don't get paid. They pray for people, no compensation. I mean, you shouldn't get compensation for praying for somebody. But then again, these damn preachers out here running a scam. So some preachers are running a scam. So it kind of like gives me that vibe. You know what? Honestly, maybe you could maybe be like a preacher, because we have Jupiter, and that could be a preacher, or you could be a guru. So that actually may be good for you. Okay. And maybe you get donations. All right. But it totally gives you that vibe where you're kind of like, I wonder if Bob Marley had this degree somewhere in his chart. Because if some of you guys remember, there was like a interview that he did where somebody was kind of just like, do you enjoy being rich? And he was like, what is rich? And he pretty much was saying like pretty much richness is not equated with a material thing. So you may be kind of like that, but it's not a bad thing. So that's why I said you literally may be some sort of a guru during this lifetime. So maybe even a teacher. You could be a teacher of something. Okay. And is your ascendant in Leo too? Okay. Indecisive, changing, whimsical character, prone to mood swings ranging from unreasonable optimism to extreme despair. Extensive travels across the world play an important role throughout life. Maybe you want to live in another country. You may when you get older. One's intelligence is instrumental in achieving brilliant success, provided one sticks to the same objectives. Dangers are related to the sea and water. What is the one? Oh, that's Aries. Okay, so that's the degree of being a leader, but that's your rising. Okay, so that even though your sun is kind of like that vibe of like you may totally be okay with not getting paid what you're worth, with that ascendant, it's almost like in a sense the opposite, but it only will work for you if you don't change your mind. So if you like say you like, oh, I want to be in finance, and then 2 years later, I don't want to be in finance anymore. Now I want to be in art. now 2 years later, oh, I want to be a chef. It's like you have to stick to one thing. Okay, no matter how boring it may get, you have to stick to that one thing, and that's how you get to where you want to be. Because you got to find a way to like bring down, like, I mean, your sun isn't bad, but it's not really one where you're gonna make a lot of money. But your ascendant can make quite a bit of money. So you have to like let it work with you. You got to work with it. Okay, it's not terrible. Okay, Iska, 14 degrees Libra. Um, Oh, Miriam, just look at D1. Don't pay attention to nothing else. You're going to get stuck. Just look at D1. Don't worry about nothing else right now. I'm not a guru. You ain't a guru yet. So we're going to have to get there in time. Just look at the basic one. That's it. Don't look nowhere else. Okay? And like I said, focus on one planet. Focus on your sun. That's normally the most, So focus on that. So yes, like I said, Ali, you got to find something. I don't care what the hell you do. You better find something, okay? And just stick with it. Because it seems like you will probably get success from just being consistent. You may be able to pick what area you want to go into. But if you're not consistent with it, you're going to be broke. And I know you don't want that. Nobody wants to be broke out here in these streets, okay? But yes, I saw somebody's that I was about to do. Oh, it's good. Yes. 14 degrees Libra. Let me scroll on over. All right, 14 degrees Libra. Ambitious, inventive, and active character endowed with sharp intellectual capacities. One is deeply interested in literature, the arts, journeys, explorations, and scientific research. If this is your Jupiter, your husband's going to be a nerd. I don't think there's an issue. Particularly in all theories about force, light, cold, and waves. I wouldn't be surprised if he's an engineer, or maybe he's really smart when it comes to technology, putting things together, because this degree just gives me like scientist, maybe mad scientist, maybe not, but I totally get a scientist with this degree. So maybe they're scientists, like I said, or they like science or chemistry. So as I said, maybe they're an engineer or a mixologist. They could, I don't know why I said mixologist, but I'm going to go with it. So they may be like a bartender, because think about it. That's like measuring, I guess. There's like a science to that in itself, But anyway, with great leadership abilities, one tactfully boosts friends and colleagues' self-confidence. One is stimulated by obstacles and overcomes them with ease. Yes. Life is packed with joy, success, and honor. See, I mean, your husband will be like really nice. Maybe so nice it makes your teeth rot. So you may run over them. We have to be careful about that because they're really nice and they're really helpful, and they will, like, they're that person that even if you guys don't work out, they're still going to be there for you if you guys divorce. So if you get a flat tire, guess who's coming to help you? Even if you're married to somebody else, this person will come through and help you. Sounds like a friend. You may friend zone this person whenever you meet them because you may feel like they're just too nice or it's too good to be true. But no. It is true. Okay. Yeah. So you have to be careful about taking advantage of them, because I feel like with this degree, it's easy to take advantage of this one because they're so giving and they're so nice. It's almost just like they're like, it's a bad example. It's almost like, you ran over my toe. Yes, I might be in crutches for a long time. It's okay. Okay. They kind of give me that vibe. So it seems like a pretty good marriage to me with this person. Okay. But this person may wear glasses, but I really feel like this person is just kind of geeky. They may be shy, but just, I feel like I can already feel them. You may not even know who this person is, but they're always smiling. You're like, man, this guy has good energy. That's how you're going to feel. That's how you're going to feel about this person. You're like, damn, that is a good fucking guy right there. Okay. So yeah. And I don't see any issues here with loyalty either when it comes to this person. They seem like they'll actually be pretty loyal to you as long as you don't like take advantage of them. Okay, because hold on, with the 14th degree, oh. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, okay? With this being a Taurus degree, if you screw them over, they will cheat on you with their ex. Just gonna be honest. Okay. Um. Oh, congratulations, Camry. Babies. Oh, I love babies. They're so tiny and so squishy, and just want to pop, 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 pop. You're gonna swing. You just want to do this to their cheeks. Okay, so that is great. Oh my God, I can't believe I told you that, and that actually happened. So yes, oh, that is really cool. Okay, Cancer Sun, 14 degrees, K Penny. So Iska, please don't mistreat this nice young man, or we're all gonna come get you because we all heard it on the live. So okay, let's see, Cancer, 14 degrees. All right, Cancer, 14 degrees. Oh, I have a Pisces moon too. Anyway, so for 14 degrees, this is a Taurus degree, isn't it? Yep. Lazy, petty, nasty character. Despite a complete lack of skills, important positions are obtained through low cunning manipulations and palace intrigues. Oh, it's like Robin Hood, but like you get what I'm saying. Depart without giving to the needy. This degree often describes a charlatan who conceals his slyness and his meanness under apparent indifference and quietness. You may be kind of sneaky, but with this being a Taurus degree, you know how some Tauruses just want to admit that they're lazy, but that's their shadow side. So it's almost like with this degree, it's like the shadow side of Taurus, which can be laziness. And not saying you can't work against this, but you just have to be careful about that. You have to be careful about maybe wanting the work to be done for you, or you also have to be careful about stealing other people's work, because this can happen with this degree, you know. I don't know if maybe you're still struggling with exactly what your purpose is or your skills. Maybe you don't really know what you're good at. Because I kind of see this with this degree where you may be confused in terms of like, what am I supposed to do? What am I good at? You know, other people have writing, other people have sports, other people have singing. What the hell am I supposed to do? You know, maybe your talents are careers that Taurus would be good at. I don't know any. Okay. Um, Conceals your slyness. You may be shy, but maybe not really. Oh, you know what? You may be good at observing people. So it kind of reminds me like an FBI, CIA. You know, I'm not saying that you will do that, but that kind of like, that's what that degree kind of like reminds me of. Because think about it. FBI, what are you doing? You're like scoping people. You're the feds. Nobody knows you're there. You're observing people. So that's why I said, I feel like this is an observation type of degree. So you could be good in careers that require you to observe, analyze, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you something. It's not bad because it can actually turn out pretty good. It actually can turn out pretty good. I mean, I don't really see it as super bad, honestly, because even though it's kind of negative, in a way, you can use that negativity for success. Like if you're good at observing people, like watching people, private investigator. Do they still need those? Probably. But the feds are the damn private investigator. I don't care what nobody say. Okay. Okay. The damn feds will be watching your ass for 25 years. Same person be on your case. Like, damn, you been watching me for 25 years? They didn't went through a whole couple of divorces watching watching people. So you may be good at stuff like that. Okay. Oh, maybe you could start like a private investigative business or something like that. Like you got a cheating spouse, give me all the information. I'll figure it out. Boom. There you go. Money in your hands to do what you do for free. See, you gotta work with it. Okay? Work with the placements, work with them. Okay. I mean, that seems like big business. Think about how many people be like, oh my God, I think my husband or my partner is cheating on me. They got no evidence because they lazy, they don't want to look for it. But then here you go, here you are. Oh, come to me. I'll figure it out. Thousands of dollars. Okay. Thousands of dollars. And you're like, man, I don't have to do nothing but sit here and catch people. It's a good day. You could be like one of those people that be sitting at the park, like on the side reading newspaper, acting like you really reading newspaper. Newspaper could be all upside down. And you find somebody's partner on a date with somebody else. Boom, you got them. Easy money. Oh, good question. What kind of husband do you get with the Jupiter and Cancer? Nurturing. They may possibly be attached to their mom. I feel like with this Jupiter and Cancer, maybe they're like the only boy out of girls, or it may be a relationship where you guys have babies and they're all girls. And you're like, man. Okay. So, but that gives me a lot of feminine energy, but also I feel like with a Jupiter and Cancer, they probably like to learn, honestly. But specifically, they like to learn about you and what you like and what you don't like. So they also could be somebody where they seem like a romantic, they could be somebody where they may surprise you with cooking dinner and be like, oh my God, you don't cook dinner. And then they have dinner ready whenever you get home because they're being mindful of what you like or what you need. So definitely a nurturer type of aspect with Jupiter and Cancer. I ain't gonna lie to you, this person may be kind of chunky because cancers can have a tendency to emotionally eat, and a cancer can argue about it all they want to. I am a Cancer through and through, okay? And I can put it back when I'm not in a good mood, okay? So they may possibly be a little bit heavy, or they may, like I said, be an emotional eater. Because honestly, I get like man boobs. But yes. Uh-huh. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah. There you go. Thank you. I've been waiting on you, Tisha, to give me that. 11 degrees Sagittarius, first house. See, sleeping and eating, sleeping and eating, sleeping and eating. Nothing else to do, huh? You eat when you're bored, you eat when you're sad, you just eat. Okay. Sagittarius, 11th degree. Hi. How was your nap? Was it good? Yes. Yeah, it was a good nap. Okay, Sagittarius, 11 degrees. Okay, greedy and sensual character. One indulges in deprivation and is willing to sacrifice everything to meet one's materialistic needs and sexual needs. There is a strong probability of ruin in the chart of males. There may be premature senility, I don't know if that's how you say it, or impotence in the chart of females. Sex and flattery are used in order to misappropriate other people's wealth. I ain't gonna lie. Is this your Jupiter placement? Oh, Ali, your Venus. What's your Venus for your spouse? The other placements are just for you. And that's not for your spouse. But I need your Venus for your spouse because I can't figure that out through your sun or your moon or your ascendant. I mean, maybe I can look at your Leo moon. Okay, but either way. But back to what I was saying, Tisha, is this your Jupiter? Okay, no. What planet is this for you? Is this your sun sign or something? But anyway, 11 degrees Sagittarius just sounds like embezzlement. I'm not going to lie to you. It sounds like embezzlement, misappropriation of funds. So you have to be careful about that. Or it's like, what's going on right now in the pandemic where they have like those, what are they called? The loans where you can get through the government. It's almost like some people get like 40,000, 500,000. Not you, because you may not necessarily be honest about your finances in order to get that loan. So you have to be careful about like lying on loan applications and stuff like that. I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying you have to do that. Okay. Or it could be one of those things here where people may take from, because we have 11th degree, huh? People may take from your bank account, but it's likely if money comes up missing in your bank account, it's likely somebody close to you that did it. It's not some random that's sitting in a computer across the country. No, it's somebody that is close to you who takes this money from you, because this degree is 11th house, which is what? Well, it's Aquarius. That's 11th house. Friends, you know? So you have to be careful about letting friends become too comfortable with your finances, if that makes sense. So I talked about it with somebody else. Don't let your friends use your debit card. Don't let your friends, whoever this is, don't let them convince you to co-sign on anything because you're going to be broke. Okay? Sorry, Bubba. But also with this 11th degree Sagittarius, it could be one of those things here as well where you may give up your whole entire life for sex, you know? Like if you're in a long distance relationship and you may get a funny feeling about this person, but you won't really care because you're living on the edge. Okay. So you pretty much will just go, pack it up and go. So it's almost like you'll give up everything for love. You have to be careful about doing that. Okay. But most of the time, whenever you make a decision like that, it only be because the sex is good. They may not have anything else to offer, but you have gotten sucked into the vacuum. No, this is just 11 degrees Sagittarius. Okay. So if you have any planets at 11 degrees Sagittarius, this could be for you. He is so like an actor. Look at that face. He's not really sleeping. You can see the smirk. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Also, you have to be careful about spending on materialistic stuff. Okay. Ollie, did you find your Venus? What degree is your Venus in? If you found it. Venus in Capricorn, 21 degrees. Okay. So, hardworking, persistent, realistic character endowed with intellectual and physical strength, whether one is a self-made person or an heir. Holy poop. Wow. Hard work enables to overcome any hurdle and brings about happiness and prosperity. I feel like this 21 degree thing in Capricorn, it kind of reminds me of like the degree that you would see in the chart of babies who were born into the royal family, because this what it just said, like an heir to the throne, you know, or it almost could be like your bloodline may be more royal than what you think. So maybe you should check out your ancestry because it may be something interesting in there. Because it was a 21 degree. Yeah, Jupiter. Imagine that. That is interesting. But also, even without that, it's also, like it says, it's a degree of being self-made. So you literally could build an empire from the bottom to the top. Example, Jeff Bezos with Amazon. You saw the picture, but he did have a pretty decent start because his dad gave him a loan, so he could try to honk all he wanted to about he had no help baloney. But anyway, yeah, so it could be kind of like that, where you can build an empire in that way, and it can almost become like Amazon, I guess, or it could be something else. Well, with it being a Jupiter degree, it could be, like I said, maybe the arts. Maybe you have a talent in the arts. Maybe writing. I mean, I'm just going off on a limb. Um, mm-hmm. uh, 24. Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's actually a really good degree. I'm actually jealous because that's a good degree to have, especially if you want to like build generational wealth. I really feel like that would probably be the degree that would probably say it the most, generational wealth, because you're establishing something that you can pass down to your kids. Another thing, if this is you and you do build something from the ground up, you need to, number one, have a will, but even if you get married, you need to have a prenup. I don't know why I feel like with this degree, you need to have a prenup because it may be one of those things where your wealth may come so suddenly and it may be a lot of it. And then what if you're dealing with somebody and it's almost just like they aren't really there for a true reason and you don't find it out till later on? Now look at you, you're stuck and you have to give over a lot of your wealth. Okay, so careful about that. Oh, anyway, but it also says all careers in agriculture, exploitation of the soil, forestry, or botany are very favored. So a farmer, that would make sense. Again, yeah, it would make sense. I gave that example earlier, didn't I, where I said somebody could be like on land and underneath their house is a whole bunch of oil. It kind of reminds me of that with you. Or maybe you'll buy farmland whenever you get older or something like that. It makes sense, doesn't it, Bubba? It makes sense. Yeah. Who said 24 degrees Capricorn? Oh, yeah, it was you. 24 degrees Capricorn. Okay. Ambitious, clever. I don't know if somebody asked for this. Oh, you did. Okay. Ambitious, clever, and irascible character. Success requires continuous learning and training. Similarly to the pianist or the dancer who practices every day, it is necessary to constantly hone one's skills in order to maintain them at the highest possible level. It is at this condition that one can achieve success in a career requiring dexterity or in education and literature. Boom. You could be a writer. According to a Roman astrologer and poet of the first century of the Christian era, this degree endows with great manual and intellectual nimbleness, but it also indicates that triumphs and celebrity are often followed by disfavor. Yeah, I really feel like that's writing. Like, is it your Venus? So love. Maybe even writing poetry about love. Okay. But also the 24 degree reminds you of like arts. So it can be, you can get passive income through anything associated with the arts with that 24 degrees Capricorn as it being your Venus in the second. What is the 24th degree? Is booyah. 24th degree is Pisces. Neptune rules over the arts. So like you said, a pianist, a ballerina, whatever it is, but you also got to realize that you may have to work a lot harder. So, like, I'm actually going to look at his chart later. Like Robert Downey Jr., when he had this long history of like drug abuse or something like that. And then when he got middle age after he worked at it, guess what? Boom, he's Iron Man. It kind of reminds me of that type of story, which is good. It's good. So it could be like maybe becoming an actor when you're like 50. So maybe for you, 50 would be the new 25, So that's not bad. Baby, can you have all this stuff in your hair? Jupiter in Aquarius, 10th house, 4th degree. I haven't had an Aquarius one. I'm glad about that. 4th degree. All right. Okay, so self-centered, sensual, and frivolous character, meaning one's sexual needs is the major concern for which one is prepared to sacrifice everything because sensuality prevails over true love. One may be involved in adulterous relationships and experience big affective losses. On the professional area, owing to the influence of the constellation of the dolphin, all artistic careers are very favored, especially when the theme chosen is about love, beauty, children, or flowers. This degree sometimes indicates a true religious vocation. A preacher. If this is your Jupiter, this person, your spouse, actually may be a preacher, or or maybe their father is a preacher, or they could come from a line of preachers. But another thing here as well with this degree, it kind of like I ain't gonna lie, your spouse may be a cheater. Hate that. But it's only because your spouse is going to have a very high sexual appetite. So it's almost like they may want to have sex a lot. You may not want to, So it could be one of those things here because of that. Then they go do something stupid. But I'm not saying it has to be set in stone. But we also have, and it's like something about the friends. They may be friends with people that they've had a sexual relationship with. Still friends with. So that may be like you may side eye that. Hey. And they may be a spendthrift, which is somebody who the money just burning holes in their pocket and they just can't wait to spend it. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, because see, it's almost like it's not to say that this person won't love you, but it's almost like this person's sexual needs will get in the way of the love. Hopefully not a sex addict, or I don't know, maybe they like porn, maybe they do. But this person may have actually wanted to be in like a rock band whenever they were younger, or maybe they wanted to have some type of music career whenever they were younger. But again, like I said, this person, something about I really get in preacher, honestly, when it comes to this person, but they still may be artistic. And honestly, if financial losses happen in this relationship, it's likely because they're paying people when it comes to sex. However, this could be who they were. So you may actually end up catching this person whenever they are out of this phase, because it seems like a phase. See? Miriam knows. I really don't know a lot about Aquariuses, but I'm telling you something. I feel like that this person with this Jupiter, they will he's about to do it. Yes, Bubba. What do you want? Juice? Okay. Can you ask your sister? She's not doing anything. Can you ask Brooklyn? No? Okay. So yeah, you have to be careful about the whole thing with them still being friends with their exes or something like that. You know what I'm saying? What is it? You're gonna push it, aren't you? Okay. So that was like 3.5 hours. So for all you guys that stay in here for the whole 3.5 hours, thank you. Okay. But I'm probably gonna add a service to my website that does this. Okay. If some of you guys don't want to look for yourself. Okay. So maybe I will add this later on about looking at the degrees, certain degrees of your chart, and maybe I'll do a video for you and then it'll be a reading. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. So yeah, but I have to tend to baby Katie and I need to cook something for dinner because we're all hungry. All right. But thank you guys so much for sticking in here with me. It was fun. I actually like this. Maybe one day I will be an astrologer. I could dream. But anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching and see you guys later. Say bye, baby Kaden. Bye. Nothing.